I'm going live on Twitch. Hello, Twitch.
Uh,
Okay. Put that to the background. Good to go on that. Alright, so where we last left off, you guys were in the mountains of Samaria. You had traveled far to the Northlands and you had come up the river. And you went to this mountain here. And when you got there, you found nestled in between the great mighty peaks of the mountains, there was a lake. And near that lake, you found an ancient ruin you were led to by Gondros the Wise, an old mysterious man that you rescued from some Pictish cages where he was surely going to be eaten. He led you to this mysterious cave nobody knew about, and lo and behold, he was actually having some ulterior motives that he was trying to reclaim an ancient and powerful artifact of evil, which he used to become an evil god. And then he offered the adventurers a chance to sell their souls to him, and nobody took him up on that offer, so he said, "Be gone or I'll destroy you," and they left. So, having just left that dungeon with that demon in it, you step back out into the lakeside mountainous scenery. It's a beautiful sunny day. You'd hardly know that an ancient evil deity was just rebirthed under the ground right below your feet.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, I guess Modris was there, but Modris is like, "Fuck this." He's pale from his trauma, and he's going to immediately go to the Sumerian Village to drink and forget. So what are Apophis and Isidore going to do?
we were going to take a bath with
Wait,
these people.
didn't we just meet these people?
So you're going to the Sumerian Village too. All right. You've met
I
the
mean,
Cimmerians. I'm going to go to the
It's
Sumerian
either
Village
that or
map.
we're dead, I believe.
Back.
Can you describe the Cimmerians to me?
Well, you'll be able to see them in a minute. Okay, so here is the Sumerian Village, which is a little bit southeast of the lake. So you're going to come in from this road on this side of the map over here. Now, this town doesn't really have a wall, so much as you might see around farms where they've just stacked up rocks. It's only about waist high, not much of a fortification. You can see there's plumes of smoke coming from various chimneys, and you can hear folk talking in the distance. At the gate, or what passes for a gate, it's kind of rather open. There's a couple men with spears. They're keeping a watchful eye.
Okay.
Let's grab those figurines, put them in there. Plop. Modris is left ahead.
I guess I'll leave my skeletal warrior out in the forest.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. You don't want to freak out the locals. They might burn the witch.
Yep. Hey, stop making me bigger.
Do you see how big these guys are? What are you, a midget?
You're the one who makes them bigger than us.
There are different scales on every map. You'll have to deal with it. Sorry.
No, Octu has to be bigger.
Yep. Yep.
Everything's messed up.
Everything must be bigger. It's just the scale of the map. All right. So there's a couple tough-looking Sumerian guards with spears. They're gonna eye your mysterious group up and down. Bunch of foreigners rolling into town. In Sumerian, they're going to say some stuff. I don't think any of you speak Sumerian except Rowana does a little bit.
I'm gonna look at Rowana.
She says they want to know who we are, why we're here.
Tell them I am Count Apophis, And we are warriors of the army of help me out here.
Aquilonia.
Aquilonian army. We are warriors of the Aquilonian army. We're here to rest.
They're going to laugh and look around, and Rowanna's going to say, "They said what army? There's just the few of us." She'll explain some things to them, and they'll nod, and they'll say some stuff back to her, and she'll say, "They are having a festival, and all are welcome during the festival. So we're free to pass, but if we commit any crimes during the holy festival, we will definitely be put to death. So don't commit any crimes. Other than that, they don't really have a whole lot of laws in Samaria, from what I understand."
Well, I need to see one of their law books or something. Like, I need to know what crimes are here. Ask them if they have their laws posted somewhere.
They're going to say that you're not allowed to steal, and you're not allowed to kill anybody during the festival. That's about it.
Oh, okay. That's it.
Yeah, they're Cimmerians. They don't have a whole lot of laws.
If you're sure, I will enter the town.
These people are definitely barbarians. They do not have a high level of civilization. Their buildings are mostly these sort of wooden huts with thatch roofs. They've got these like little fences with some animals that they're tending.
They got somewhere we can take a bath?
Sort of. You'll have to ask around. When you enter the village proper, you'll notice that there's several small buildings. There's some buffalo that'll let out a plaintive moo as you pass.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the first people you come across are standing near a little campsite here. There's like a tree. Yeah, motorist has continued on off in that direction there.
Okay.
You see a couple other foreign-looking men with, like, darker-colored skin. They're going to glance over at you. This man, he's going to get up from his bedroll and walk over here. The other man, he eyes you and your group up and down warily. He's got his hand on his sword as if he's ready for action, but he doesn't make any threatening moves.
Hail, do you speak Aquilonian?
Taharka of Kesh at your service. I speak many a language. I am a learned scholar and a traveler. I've been to many lands. I had heard there would be a festival this time of year in Samaria, and though the barbarians are not known for their hospitality, I had heard that during the festival they allow all comers, and I was definitely not going to pass up the opportunity. I am Tamarka of Kesh. You look to be a Stygian. Also a man from the south, I take it.
I am Count Apophis.
He nods.
Of Stygia, and do you know where we can get a bath and a rest?
A bath in Samaria? Look around, these barbarians, they don't bathe. If they do, it's in a rain shower or in a cold mountain lake. Over there you'll find one, but it's not the cleanest water I've seen. And he points across the way, where you see some greenish water.
In the middle of everything?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll talk to the locals.
If you need more privacy, there's the bigger lake out by the mountain. You just came from that way.
How's that for you, Isidore?
I still feel unsure of everything that's happening in the last few hours.
Well, you said you wanted a bath. I say we go to the lake.
If it's cold enough, sure.
All right. It's not far from here. You go back to the lake, surrounded by mountains, where you'll find some privacy and you're able to clean up. Although the water's quite cold and you'll need to build a fire.
Okay. I'll build a fire and tell Rowanna to clean herself, Isidore the same, and I do the same as well.
I'm gonna make another bunch of arrows if I can.
Okay.
I'll take off my armor and just wear my silken finery.
Dressed up for the festival. That's good.
I'm putting on the garments that Apophis gave me.
Okay.
No. Can we restart the
Rollback.
table, please? Yeah.
What happened?
My one of my inventory got erased. Thanks.
Got to be careful with those note cards. They are touchy. I
Yeah.
would recommend on your computer create a text file, copy a lot of your inventory into a separate text file or something where you've got it like a safe backup.
Okay.
I usually like to use like spreadsheet-based character sheets that I can put all my notes on. All right, hang on. I have to look up one thing here. Give me a moment.
My inventory is pretty extensive at the moment.
I bet.
I'm looking to trim down.
One moment. Still looking something up. Alright, I think I got this right. Let me see here. Alright, red, green. Yeah, Danger's supposed to be blue. I'll have to change that after the fact. He's also green right now. I'll work on the colors. So, in the bottom right corner, I just wanted to put everybody's name and languages, just as like a little reference. That'll help for role-playing and stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Alright.
Whoa, you only speak one language?
He
Technically,
speaks
he
Nordheimer
speaks
too.
Nordheimer.
I just haven't updated it all.
Oh, okay.
Work in progress, you know? I don't want to hold things up too much, so I just wanted to drop that on the screen so we're good to go. And then I'll fix it up later. Anyway, Taharka of Kesh is, he's been here for a little while. And he says, well, it's good to have other travelers, and I would like to hear your tales of where you've come from and what you've done. The Cimmerians aren't very talkative. We've been camped here, and they've barely spoken 10 words strung together to us. But it has been a sight to take in the festivities and the song and dance of the Sumerian people.
If I told you of my exploits, you wouldn't believe me.
Haha! You might be surprised. I've heard some strange tales myself.
Well, we were in the mountains and we found a secret cave network filled with cultists.
Really? I had heard there were numerous networks of secret caves in these mountains. Ancient mountains these are.
Yes. And the cultists were not friendly.
No. Cultists, you say?
Yes. Cultists of Mitra.
You battled Mitran cultists.
Yes.
I've never known a Mitran to take up the sword against anyone. What kind of Mitra worshipper would do battle?
The same kind that would do magic.
All right. Again, he is like sort of skeptical. He arches an eyebrow at you and chuckles. Maybe like curls his mustache, but doesn't say anything.
He says it's true. They had several sorcerers among them.
I don't put much stock in witchcraft and sorcery. I've seen many things in this world, but magic is not one of them.
I've seen men leave their bodies while they sleep and attack with knives.
You Stygians, superstitious lot, you believe some interesting things. I won't hold it against you, my friend, though. I believe some strange things myself.
Ask my ally here, Isidore.
Yeah, what? Sorry.
He's skeptical
I
of
am-
your adventures.
Yeah, no, this is in character. Excuse my count right here. He has had a rough couple of days.
Okay.
Why,
Let's
you
go up,
dick-
puppies. Why don't we try to find something to eat before we continue our little conversation?
disrespectful wench.
Well, if you're going to explore the village, let me show you around. I've seen the sights myself. I need to stretch my legs a bit. I've been sitting here for several hours now. It looks like this is something of a merchant over here. He sells various wares of dubious quality. I've seen better. This one over here seems to sell some rather large buffalo. I mean, boastful, that one. Says he has the largest buffalo of all the ones in town. Are you following along?
Yep.
While we're following, I'm gonna tell Puffies. I do not believe that neither this man nor any person of this quality might serve as an ally if they discover that you are a witch.
Yes, well, I wasn't disclosing everything.
Better not disclose anything for now. Not until we are sure that we have allies here.
Alright. So, you pass a building where a woman's washing some clothes in this, what passes for clean water here. There's a rather large building, the biggest building in town, up ahead, and Taharka is going to point, and he's going to say, "When I first arrived here, I visited that building there. That's what passes for the, what would you call it? The local lord, the king? His name, Dubglas. He has several sons and daughters. One of them's rather pretty. Although I wouldn't want to marry into a Sumerian barbarian village. Not the best accommodations, really. I've seen better." Over here you can see there are several men splashing about in the water, having a good time.
Wait,
Oh.
is Ramiel following us right now?
I will say yes, but I don't really know. Am I?
So, Ramiel, you are in the village already, but you arrived by a different means. You would be at this other gate here.
Oh, okay. No, wait.
So, like, you would have met the guards, they would have asked who you are, and they'd let you in because of the festival. You'd pass a long row of animal farms. They seem to have some rather large boars. There's a woman tending to a bunch of piglets as you pass. She doesn't really pay you much mind, but she does note your weapon and your armor. And you pass a couple of larger buildings. One of them smells like an herb garden. You can smell herbs and spices, pungent odors wafting from this building over here. And this building over here is decorated with all sorts of totems and dream catchers and other sort of like little religious symbology that lets you know this might be some sort of shaman or important religious figure over here. Beyond that, you can see various large farms. But this is sort of the main road that heads towards the main building off in this direction over here.
What was 12? What was 12 again?
Start, Lizzie.
It's like an herbalist. She's got a lot of plants.
Okay.
You can smell the herbs and spices when you get near it.
If possible, I'll later like to enter the number 13.
Yeah, but just for my sake, let's have the party meet each other, and then you can all travel to wherever you want to go.
All right.
I just want to sort of get the party into one group, so I was going to sort of have you intersect on the road here. All right, so Tarika's going to cross the bridge here in front of the main building, and you're going to see several very interesting people on the road. There is a... What's up?
Oh, I was just going to describe myself.
No, hang on just one second. So you see a giant, an enormous man, incredibly muscled, and he's kneeled down, resting against the wall of the herbalist shop there. He's like the biggest person you've probably ever seen, except for that giant you fought. Yeah, this guy. He was bigger. Like, that's a real giant. But this guy, for a man, is of giant stature. Like, maybe he's descended from a frost giant or something. Alright, so that's quite a sight. And you also see a warrior with a great sword with, like, huge muscles that is walking down the road in this direction. He doesn't look like a Cimmerian. He looks more like an Asgardian. And you were actually sent to investigate whether there are Asgardian forward troops in Samaria, looking at the Aquilonian border. So, a person of interest, Apophis. All right.
So, as I approach, you see a Stygian man. That's an Egyptian guy. A Stygian man with bald, with a mustache and goatee, dressed in silken finery of a noble. He's riding a camel with a red-headed girl on the back of the camel, who's riding along with him. Isidore, you want to describe yourself?
Yeah. Isidore is an Ophirian man, blonde with very clear eyes, long beard, hair tied down, tied back, a hunting bow crossing around him, a lot of quivers because he is a little bit of an exaggerator. And right now he's not using any garments that say that he's Ophirian, but his face is basically telling you.
So I will hail him. Hail there! You look Asgardian.
Yes, I am. I am one of the sons of Bori.
Now, that's quite a statement, because Bori is like a demigod, like a significant historical figure.
Can I try to make a lore check on this and an insight?
Sure.
That's my lore test, which is 0. And my insight, that is... I don't know where my insight is. Hell.
Bori is pretty well known. It's only difficulty 1.
Well, it was still 0 successes. But there's 2 successes in the insight.
Okay, so you failed the lore test, but you roll an insight?
Mm-hmm.
He's so powerfully muscled that maybe he's telling the truth. Possibly one of the strongest human beings you're ever going to see.
Well,
That's impressive. We are actually investigating Asgardians in the area. Have you seen any troop movements?
I have not seen any troops of Asgardian nature. I come here by myself. I have my own business.
So you're not part of the Asgardian army?
I want to say no, but DM.
You can make your character background whatever you want. You can say that you were like a veteran of battles and you've retired to go on your own adventures, or you could say you're like just traveling, or maybe you didn't like the army and you deserted, or you come up with whatever you want. It's your backstory.
All right, cool. So, I have battled with Asgardian armies before. I have been one of their champions. I have defeated one of their champions in battle before in a duel. So, um, I am in no army right now, but I have known them before.
Understood. Well, I am Count Apophis. Are you looking for work that pays?
I am looking for work. Yes.
Well, I am a sergeant in the Aquilonian army. We're mercenaries that work for the Aquilonian army for pay. Would you join us? We would split our rewards with you.
You can see Isidore from the back, like going, "No, don't." Like
So if
hot.
you're in need of a champion, I will gladly join you.
Well, since we recently lost our own fighter, we certainly could use one.
Did he die?
No, he just left.
Oh, okay.
He's over there in the town doing something. I don't know.
He's getting so drunk that he doesn't remember unleashing horrors into the world.
Gotcha.
Fucking lucky guy.
Living the life.
Lucky ass bitch.
But yes, I will join you in your travels.
Over here, the giant looks up, and then he says, "Mom, customers." A woman
Mom?
comes out. She
Did he
pat.
say,
He said, "Mom."
oh,
Mother. A woman comes out. She pats him on the head, and he smiles at her. And she says, hello, travelers." She speaks Aquilonian, which is fairly common, so you can all understand. And she says, "Have you need of herbs? If you have coin, I can sell you various poultices and potions."
I may be interested in Lotus.
Ah, I have several.
Potions? Did you say potions?
Potions, poultices, charms, trinkets. I have a variety of interesting things.
Okay, I will climb down off of Aktya and walk over to her. I would like to see your lotuses.
Okay.
Lotuses are good, right?
They are.
I can make stuff out of them, I think, but I don't know what.
All right, lotus pollens. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Roll a d8. Several d8s. All right. Her current batch, she's got 3, 6, and 4. She's got purple, yellow, and gray. Purple, yellow, and gray.
And does my alchemy skill allow me to know what these do?
You need to have the master of formula for lotus pollen.
Oh. Okay, so they're useless to me then.
You wouldn't know what they each do, but she'll tell you if you want to buy a dose. The gray one causes berserk anger. The yellow one is euphoric. You can use it to gain a bonus momentum on a persuasion test.
Mm-hmm.
And then the purple is paralytic. It makes all physical actions harder by 1 difficulty per ingredient used.
Okay, what was the second one?
The yellow one is a mild hallucinogenic or euphoric that gives you a bonus momentum on a persuasion test.
Okay. How much is that?
Let's see. She'll sell you a dose for 1 gold.
Do I have some of that already? I think I do. Pouch of yellow lotus powder. That's the same thing, right?
Yep. You throw the
Uh,
powder at your enemy, and then you make a persuasion test on them, and you get that bonus momentum.
They have to be powdered, not me.
It's a weapon, yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'll buy it.
All right, she's going to hand you a little pouch full of yellow powder. She says, careful not to inhale it. Potent stuff. Some of the best I've grown.
What kind of potions do you have?
Potions. She's going to look into her herbalist stuff. She's got a sleeping potion if you're having trouble sleeping. She's got an elixir of clarity. It gives you soak against mental harm. Let's see. She's got some incense. She's got some narcotic.
That might come in handy.
She's got a love potion. If you're looking for that special someone, this potion will really help you find them.
How much is the narcotic potion?
If you wish a narcotic, that'll cost 3 gold for 1 dose.
I'll buy 4 of them.
4? Let's see how many she has in stock. Okay, yeah, she'll sell you 4.
Great.
The effects of this bitter narcotic allow the user to enter a blissful trance-like state, allowing a greater access to the dream realms. When consumed, the user must attempt a challenging D2 discipline test. Can willingly reduce this test by 1 step or difficulty. If successful, any attempts at magic relating to dream voyaging gain an additional D20 for each use of this elixir. It can be drunk or even concentrated into powder and burnt, and the effects last for roughly 4 hours. For all other activities, the user is considered to be dazed, as per the condition described in the Conan core book. So I guess if you wanted to weaponize it, you could powderize it, burn it in a room with enemies, and then they would all get the dazed effect.
Great.
Okay. I think that's all for you for now.
All right. She is interested in your group. You seem to be travelers from afar. She'll tell you that she's been seeking a particular formula, a recipe. She says it's called the Golden Wine of Zuthel, and she's been seeking these ingredients for her entire life. She's heard about its tremendous properties to heal when you drink it. A refreshing drink that restores your flesh almost instantaneously. If you should find information as to the way to brew such a drink, such a potent wine of healing, I would pay you well for this.
If only we had Kedab with us.
So remember me. I am Uwain, the Green Lady of Samaria, and I will be a great ally to you if you should have this formula for me.
We'll keep an eye out.
All right.
Wait, what do you said that she's looking for?
All right, there's something called the Golden Wine of Zuthel, which is basically a magical healing potion, but the recipe is rare and lost, and she's heard legend of it, but she doesn't have the recipe. Or at least she doesn't have the full recipe. She might have part of it. Enough to sort of make a bad batch, but not the true healing potion. So she seeks the true recipe. If you can find it in your travels, she'll pay you handsomely for that information.
All right.
Okay, is there somewhere here we can rest? I'll ask our guide to Harka.
Taharka will tell you that they're not very hospitable, these Cimmerians. A cold and stoic people, at least to outsiders. I've been camped here. Nobody seems to have complained, but they're not welcoming me or my bodyguard into any of their homes anytime soon.
Well, you mind if we set up camp with you?
By all means, I'd be quite welcoming for your company and your conversation.
Excellent. And
While we're here, would you like to meet the king?
sure.
Yeah, he'll point towards the large building here. He says, "I'm sure we could get an audience." All right. You enter into a large building.
Mhm.
Its roof is much higher than the other buildings you've seen here. The width, the diameter of the building, it's quite a bit larger than most of the other buildings in town. Part of it juts out. It doesn't have the usual round shape of the huts, but it actually has like a sort of extended room that's got a dais with a throne on it. And sitting on the throne, King Donald of Samaria is announced by his sons, Prince Donchad and Prince Douglas. He's sort of got his queen, Serlaith, and his daughter, Princess Tuathala, sitting off to the side here. You'll be greeted by Queen Serlaith, who speaks for King Donald, who sort of sits slumped in his chair and seems somewhat inattentive. And she'll say, "Speak, traveler. What brings you to Samaria? Why do you seek the audience with the king?"
Greetings. I am Count Apophis, and as I will be staying here for the day, for the evening, I thought that I should acquaint myself with the locals. And you seem to be the one in authority here.
King Donald lets out several rough coughs and doesn't seem to pay much attention. Queen Serlaith says, King Donald is indisposed. His health is, he is in poor health these days. We're hoping that by making offerings to Crom, we will gain his sympathy and protection. But if you have any questions, I can help you, or my sons. Prince Donchad and Prince Douglas are both here. They don't seem terribly interested in you either. But Prince Douglas, he'll get up from his chair and he'll step over to you and he'll say, "A Stygian, eh?
Indeed.
You wear Aquilonian equipment."
I do. We work for the Aquilonian army. I'm a sergeant in their ranks, hired mercenary.
Donchad perks up and he's going to approach too and he's going to say, "The Aquilonians? What do you want? I thought you'd keep to your little fortress, Aquilonian."
Well, I don't consider myself Aquilonian, but we are currently under siege by the Picts.
The Picts. Ancient enemies. Difficult they are. Tough to kill.
Yes. Well, the clans have united and have attacked Aquilonia, and Aquilonia is in the process of fighting them off.
All right. They're going to look at each other and chuckle. They're going to say, sorry to hear that for Aquilonia."
Thank you.
All right. Well, they're going to go back to sitting here. Princess Tuathala is going to come over and she's going to say, "Lord Apophis, what brings you
Yes.
here? What have you been doing in the mountains of Samaria?"
We were exploring and scouting the area just to make sure no Picts were coming through your lands.
An explorer, a warrior. She thinks to herself, "This could be perfect. I would like you to meet with me, and a lady I know.
Okay.
Uh, it's at 16. She's going to indicate that it's a temple that's located to the south side of town, past the little lake.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She wants you to meet there later this afternoon
Okay.
because
When you move in.
she has a proposition for you.
Oh, sorry. Thought I was moving myself.
Well, if Apophis is gonna accept that, I'm gonna be giving the town around.
What's the proposition? Or we'll find out when we go to the meeting.
She doesn't want to discuss it here.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I am going to take Octu back over to the camp and tie him up.
All right.
And get Rowana comfortable in a tent or something. So that she has some kind of accommodation for the time being.
Okay.
Gonna ask Darka if there's any good hunting grounds around here.
Oh, certainly. Samaria is an excellent place to hunt. Some of the warriors were talking about hunting the great bear. Apparently, there's a bear cave not too far from here in the mountains where there's said to be a man-eater. A terrible monster in need of killing. His pelt might fetch a fair bit of coin, although many of the warriors have boasted that they could slay it. I've made note that not one of them has done it yet. You'd probably earn yourself a bit of reputation here in town if you could slay it.
You. As guardian, what did you say your name was?
Ramiel.
What do you say? What say you if we go hunt this apparently very dangerous beast?
If you need blood to be spilled, my sword will happily win.
More than blood. This is a little bit of a training. But helping these people out might gain us some favors.
I'm going to stay here and rest.
You must. You did take some hits back there.
Yeah.
Do you have wounds?
No, I don't have any wounds. I just have some missing health.
Okay. Well, if you just have some missing health, you're out of combat. You're in a town where it's safe, so probably like an hour of rest, and you'll be good to go. All of your meters will be refilled.
Okay, if you guys can wait an hour, I can go with you.
What did you say this beast was, Jaharak?
Taharka will tell you that he heard that it was a large cave, but he didn't get the specific location. You might have to ask the old druid. He's going to indicate that there's like a shaman that lives in town. You can identify his building by all of the totems.
Okay.
That said, I have to be back here in the afternoon. What time is it now?
Right now, it was the morning when you arrived. It's probably around noon after you take your rest.
Okay.
Lotuses.
You could go to 16 first if you want to do that before the bear. I already moved Princess Tuathala over here. She's been talking to her ally at 16.
Okay, so shall we wait until after this afternoon?
If you want to come, sure.
I
Go
guess you guys can go and I can stay behind. That's fine.
My idea was to hunt something to eat the
Yeah.
night, but apparently there is a little bit of a challenge around here.
Well, if you just want to
Make it
grab a meal, you can just run off into the woods and hunt, a regular animal. The bear that I recommended is like a serious enemy, possibly dangerous, might have some treasure.
But I gotta admit, Apophis, being adventuring with you for the last weeks has awakened something in me when a little bit of danger comes around the corner.
Yes, well, I don't know what good I would be with a bear.
I don't know.
I
Well,
mean,
you're
I can slash at it with my dagger, but I can't stay in a fight with it for long.
well. That is your decision. If you want to come, just tell me. But if you have something else to do,
You could play healer and heal people that get hit by the bear.
I can't heal.
Hey, just because you're bad at something doesn't mean you can't try.
Well, I mean, I don't even know what to do to heal. What is... I mean, like, I have a 9 in healing.
It's actually not too bad. I mean, you just make a healing test. They heal for 2, and then if you spend momentum, like if you generate some momentum and spend it, you heal an additional 2 for each one. It's very simple. Not much to it, really.
Okay. Well, then I guess I can go with you, but can we wait until I speak with the princess first?
for sure.
Okay. A little bit of time passes. Taharka is going to pull out a musical instrument. It's like a stringed instrument with like a long neck and a fat half-sphere bass. And he's strumming on it. He's quite good. Let me make a little roll. Let's see. He's got... Oh, he's actually not that good. He's like, well, you know, I need practice, but, all right, his bodyguard is like, very good, sir, very good. Meanwhile, it's not actually that good at all. 0 successes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go see the princess now.
All right, some time passes, you go to visit the princess.
Yes.
You approach a blue building, bright blue. It must have taken some time and effort to gather enough plant matter with this kind of tint, this bright blue, and then to like turn it into a dye, and then to dye the entire building blue must have been quite an effort. In front of it, there's these arches, like a big decorated arch that you have to pass under when you go into the shrine. And the shrine is rather open, and it's got a statue. And this statue is of like a grumpy man, like a dwarf-looking man, and he's like kneeling down, not like kneeling, but just sort of crouched, and he forms sort of like a mountainous shape, and he's got this really like grumpy look on his face. And if you've ever seen Crom before, you can identify the god of the mountain, Crom.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it Crom?
It's Crom. It's Crom.
Yeah.
So this is a shrine of Crom, and all right. So when you arrive, there are 2 people here. You've already met Princess Tuathala, and she is now equipped in not her like normal princess clothing, but she's wearing more of like a traveling cloak, and she's got a sword at her hip, and she's got some rope and a backpack and a bunch of equipment and some things hanging off her belt. Like, she looks ready to go. And her ally, she seems to be the shrine maiden of this shrine of Crom, and she's got her bags packed too. And she's wearing a long, flowing, white-dyed traveling cloak with a thick hood, and she's got this big fat braid that goes down in front of her breast. And the 2 of them seem almost impatient, but they look up, and Tuathala says, "Ah, good, you're here. Let me introduce you to Darina." Darina is the shrine maiden of Crom here, and she knows the location of a place, a sacred place to the people of Samaria. It is called the Cave of Broken Gods, and we wish to explore it. But we don't wish to do this alone. We'll need the help of you and your allies. Capable adventurers who have done some dungeon delving yourself, I take it.
Indeed.
And while we lay claim to the artifacts of our people, anything else that we find of value, you are welcome to claim.
Okay. I shall speak about it with my men, and I'll let you know if we're interested.
All right. The Cave of Broken Gods is not far. We would very much like to leave tonight and explore it during the night. It is somewhat taboo. Do not speak of this in front of the others, especially not my brothers. If word reaches my brothers, they might speak of it to my father, and we would be in considerable trouble. You don't want this difficulty.
Okay. I think I can safely assure you that we'll be on board.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to have your aid in this, and hopefully it'll be both profitable and informative. The artifacts of our people, should we recover them, would be a good thing to have during our festivities, during the ceremony to the gods. If we could retrieve like a particular artifact that is iconic of our bloodline and our peoples going back to the beginning, it would really make this festival it would make it a big deal. So this is very important to me, and I would be very grateful if this works out.
Understood, Princess. Thank
Okay.
you. So, I will go back to the others, and I will say I have a mission for us.
Somehow I'm not amazed.
It is a secret mission, which we must do discreetly. We would be working for the princess of this town. What say you?
You have my sword.
And you?
Last time we went into a cave, we made a little bit of trouble. And last time before that, I almost lost an arm.
Yes, well, I'm sure your luck's bound to change.
I sure hope so.
Ramiel, are you in?
Yes, I told you have my sword. I'm in.
Oh, okay. And Isidore, you're good too.
For now, yes.
And me, says Rowana from the background, behind the camel.
Yes, Rowana, you as well.
You should really
Okay.
start teaching that girl something.
Oh, she's learned quite a bit. So, all right, I will return to the princess and tell her we're in.
Did you want to go hunt a bear before you do the princess mission?
Yee.
That's your call. You can do it. She'll wait.
Okay, do you want to go hunting?
Yes.
Okay. Grab your figurines off the table.
I'll leave Rowana at the campsite. Should I just leave her on the table?
If Rowana's staying here, leave her right here on this map, and then when you come back here, she'll be here waiting.
Okay.
We're going to the Asgard map momentarily. That's where I left the board for the bear cave. Alright, here's the Asgard map.
When are we going to talk to the shaman?
Oh, that's right. You don't know exactly where it is. Okay, we can just theater of the mind this, right? So, you go across town. There's the shaman's hut. The shaman's hut is decorated with totems and dream catchers. And when you see the shaman, he's got this fancy headdress and a druidic staff, and he's got animal pelts that are all wrapped around him, and he's got this face paint that makes him look especially mysterious and creepy. And when you come in, he's going to speak in low tones, and he's going to like cast the bones on the ground to sort of do a foretelling of each of you as you enter. And he says, after he reads the bones to see what the gods have to say about each of you, he's going to look up at you, and one of his eyes is like milky, and sees nothing, but his other eye is still fairly clear and piercing and blue. And that one eye that can still see is going to look at you and say, "Speak, traveler. Speak and say your question. Speak the mystery that is in your mind, and I will tell you what I know."
We're looking for the bear that has been giving you a little bit of trouble, and then none on your men have been capable of hunting down as of right now.
You seek the dire bear. A great hunt. A hunt of legend. Are you such a hunter of legend that would face a spirit of the wild and confront it with blade and bow?
Should you not know that?
He doesn't have very good eyesight, if you couldn't tell.
I'm being sarcastic. Where is it?
Where is the bear? I will tell you. You must travel. Follow the river. Follow the river to the east. When you're in the shadow of the mountain in the evening, and you can see the forest between the two peaks, the one great peak that is two peaks, and the lesser peak to the east. When you can see the forest between them, you will also see in the trees there is a mountain cave. Roughly halfway up the hillside of the lesser peak, you will find it. Beware, though! The dire bear has claimed many a hunter. Those who have gone to seek it have not returned.
I do hope that they were alone.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
I do hope that they were alone when they were doing this.
Before we go, do you have anything that has connection to the bear? A bit of its fur or scraps from its dinner.
He'll say no, but he has like things that were left by the next of kin of the people who went hunting for it and never returned. I don't know if that would help.
Can I have something from that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, what does he give me?
It's like a charm, a religious one that's supposed to like bring lost people back. It's got sort of a symbolic meaning.
Okay, I am going to sit down while still in his tent or whatever this hut is, and I am going to inhale the Mitra's Heavenly Gaze.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold this item in my hand and hope that I get a vision regarding it.
Okay. The drug hits your mind, and everything turns into a fractal, and you start to fall into an infinite hole. And then, in the distance, in the darkness, you begin to see beams of light. And what you're seeing is the interior of a cave, where there is a massive bear. And in the beams of light, you can see this massive bear sort of gnawing on the corpse of a Cimmerian warrior with a great sword. And there seems to be like a bit of an alcove that this bear is tucked into, where the shafts of light are looking down into this alcove. And there seems to be a larger exterior part that's still within the cave structure that you only catch a glimpse of in the vision. But in that open cave where there's more shafts of light, you can also make out many dead bodies. And there's some snow drifting down, so up in the mountains there, it must be pretty cold.
Okay. All right, gentlemen. I think we're ready.
Thank you for your help.
The old shaman nods. He saw what you did there. He gets a feeling that you're a sorcerer. And he's going to file that away in his mind and think about that. All right, so you travel. You follow the river. Eventually you will find that there is a smaller mountain, almost hidden behind the larger mountain. And the larger mountain has like 2 peaks, so that's the one large mountain that is 2 mountains, and then
Yep.
the lesser of the mountains is just to the east of it. And so as you're traveling east along the river, eventually between the mountains you see the forest. And at that point you're able to make a beeline for it. And as you travel higher up into the hills, it'll begin to snow, and it begins to get cold. So do you all have a cloak or warm clothing that you can put on and wear?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rowana and I do.
She's still
I
back
do
in the
too.
village though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, she's back in the village, yeah.
All right, so the sun is low on the horizon, and it's making everything have sort of a red tone. But the
Oh, we should make a note for Ramiel that on our way we pick up my skeletal warrior.
oh, you want to role play that? That's got to be a bit of a shock, right? This is a very mundane world where sorcery is incredibly rare.
Oh no.
I mean, aren't you like the son of a demigod?
I'm not the son. I come from one of their bloodlines, but yes. I mean, yeah, let's really do that.
So you see us approach a skeletal corpse that is wearing armor and holding a sword. And as we approach it, I say, "Come!" and it starts to follow us.
I grow a bit of a shock. I noticed that maybe you were doing some wizardry, witchcraft things back in the druid, but this is something totally and completely new to me.
You better get used to it.
Yes, I'm Stygian. You've probably heard tales of Stygian necromancers.
I have not.
Well, now you have.
I am I'm I'm no stranger to seeing skeletal beings just laying on the ground, but for you to command them, that is some great power that you hold over there.
Yes, well, it's nothing.
What do you mean it's nothing?
In this setting, like I'm not gonna do it, but in this setting, generally seeing magic done is enough to cause pretty significant mental damage to you that can knock you out or make you like run away.
I mean, I'm not running away because of my pride, but
Yeah,
that's-
purely for role playing, but yeah, your character would be shocked.
Would be what?
Shocked.
Shocked, amazed, impressed, terrified. All of the above.
like, if it is not because you call it to follow you, I'll be like pretty much using my sword against it.
Don't worry. I can command it to die if I so choose.
Surprise Pikachu face.
To die again. Okay, well, you guys have a bit of scouting. You know where the cave is generally located, so you can approach this however you like. Just put your figurines here at the cave entrance and tell me what you do.
I'm gonna mutter under my breath, I could command you to die if I wanted to.
Let me break this area up into zones. I'm gonna do an entryway zone, which is... No, didn't want to do that. Hang on. Box select. All right. So we got the entryway zone, which is going to be sort of like this. And then in here, there's this zone before the rock wall, and then there's this zone after the rock wall. And then I'm going to do this as a separate zone because it's icy, and that ice is very slippery over there. And then the interior of the inner cave is its own zone. Alright, so that's the breakdown. And here you go. Now you have approached the cave. You've heard this is a dangerous bear that has killed men. So I'm going to let you all roll a stealth if you'd like to.
Yep.
I'm gonna say, Ramiel, I am not. I am not a coward, but I would prefer you walk in front, seeing as you have the armor.
I do have the armor, but also I'm very noisy and very big. Is that okay with you guys? Because I don't think that there's gonna be much stealth going on for me.
Uh,
I don't think we need to rely on stealth.
I
All
do
right,
think so.
I'll go in the front then.
I'm going to make my stealth check. That is, I believe, 3 successes. Yes.
I can't quiet a skeleton.
I'm going to
Do you
go a
not?
little. I'm
Do
going
you
to go a little. Is go on.
Do you not wish to bring him with us?
Uh, hold on here for a second. I'm going to scout ahead and to the next zone to see what if there's something else that I can ascertain.
I whisper to Ramiel, he's going to get himself killed by a dire bear.
So let me tell you, in the entryway, there's some light coming in from outside. Although because it's almost nighttime,
You're kind enough.
can you hear me?
Yeah,
Test,
your mic.
test.
You do cut out every periodically though.
I wonder why. Maybe there's some lag going on right now. There's light, but not much. Dim light in the entryway. It's very dark in the next zone. So if you move forward, you cannot see.
I have a torch.
All right, he lights up a torch.
I have a lantern.
Okay,
I think about it.
is that stealthy though?
I don't know. Can I not bring a little bit of a light with me for this? With the permission of lantern.
Well,
Hello.
it's all based on logic. So if you have a light, the bear's gonna see it. It definitely makes it easier for the bear to spot you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. It's a lantern, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave the lantern here so that it gives me a little bit of light ahead.
What it does show you is there are dead bodies laying scattered. There appear to be 3 dead Cimmerians in a row here. One of the bodies is quite old and decayed. One of them
Which
looks...
one's the fresher one?
The one in front of you is newer. The one further in, completely decayed. The one behind that, pretty old too.
What kind of armor does he have?
You look at the armor of this warrior here. The Sumerian was wearing a loincloth made of animal hide, and he had a bit of a leather cloak which has giant bear claw gashes all down it. It's completely soaked in dried blood. He had a bit of a leather shoulder pad, but it didn't do much. And it looks like he had a hat that was knocked off. Didn't do much either.
Did he have a sword with him?
You look and you see there is a broken blade on the ground, partially grasped in his hand, and the broken half is somewhere else.
You're cutting off a lot.
Broken sword.
Okay. And these two, what do they have?
All right, you move deeper.
I leave the lantern. Lantern is there.
Okay. So these 2 bodies, they form kind of a pile. You can check it both at the same time. In the pile, you'll find one of them has a longbow. And some unused arrows, like an entire quiver of unused arrows. He might have used one before he died.
I'm gonna take the quiver and the bow.
Alright, you start taking his equipment. He also has like a little metal cap, like a little metal helmet that he was wearing. That's intact, it's
Okay.
here. It's been protected from the weather, so it's not rusty yet.
Yeah, can you give me another card, please?
Give you a what?
No card.
A note card.
I'm just typing
Oh.
it out. Give me a moment.
I can use a longbow, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to come back here to the a little bit of an entrance of this part, and I'm gonna signal them both to come in quietly.
I told you I can't move quietly with the skeletal warrior at my side.
I cannot, but you can.
Okay, this is not a Basonian longbow. This is actually a Hyrcanian horse bow. Or no, it's a
Okay.
hunting bow. It's probably what you have equipped already.
Oh, it's just a hunting bow.
Yeah. All right, so I actually have the stat block for it here. Wonder if there's a storm in my area that's causing lag.
Can I get some fortune?
All right, so fortune. Do you need 1, 2?
3. I need 3.
1, 2, 3. All right. And all right, so
Do you get 2 for every fortune I get?
yeah, I believe so. Zero dark.
Well, then why would I ever spend fortune instead of just spending doom?
No. Like it's automatic. You can't do anything about it. That's why.
No. But what I'm saying is that means there's no reason to use fortune. You should always just generate doom because it's cheaper.
Incorrect, because this is an automatic step, whereas the other one's optional.
What do you mean?
I mean, you have to have your starting amount of fortune, and I automatically get doom when that happens.
Yeah, but I don't have to spend my fortune ever. I can just generate doom instead.
You don't have to spend yours, but I will still get the doom anyway.
You won't get the doom from my fortune if I don't spend it.
True.
That's what I'm saying, is there's no reason for me to spend fortune because it costs 2 doom for a fortune, but just 1 doom for a doom.
All right, then never spend it. That's fine. Do it your way.
No, I'm saying mechanically it makes it obsolete, like it makes it useless.
No, it's actually built into the system. You need to have some doom for the DM to do anything, so that's why that exists.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying that just giving you the doom directly costs 1 doom, but spending a fortune costs 2 doom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It is what it is. So you're scouting. Easy door.
Yeah, I'm gonna signal them to come here.
Okay, I'm gonna come up here.
And you are not being stealthy.
I mean, sure, I'll roll stealth.
See you then. Ramiel,
Should I roll for stealth too, or
Yep.
please.
2 successes.
Nice. All
There
right.
you go.
Not quite as stealthy as your little hunter, but definitely up there.
I mean, I'm a scout. I'm good at one thing.
so do I roll?
Yep.
Roll it. Yep.
Go ahead.
Can you please tell me what do I need to roll?
Oh,
This
sorry.
is-
All right. So there are these 3 chests in front of your character sheet. Now the first one is your damage dice. The second one is your hit location, and the third one is d20s. So you want to sort of aim at the chest, and you want to click on it twice, and it's going to spawn these 2 little d20s and roll them. And it'll show in the text chat that that was a 15 and a 19. That's what I rolled, so you're going to want to do your own roll. Now, the mechanic for the 2d20 system is if you guys have momentum in this blue pot here, you can spend it to get an extra dice, or you can give me a doom in my doom pile over there in order to get an extra dice on this roll. Because the main objective is you want to get a few successes. You want to roll under your target number on stealth. Is that your official roll there, 3-7?
Yeah, because I fucked up the first one, so I guess that's my roll. Yes.
And you got a target of 7. So you actually got 2 successes. Good job. All right.
There's still no light coming from here, right?
Now, once you go past this little pile of rocks here, it's almost completely dark in the next area.
Okay.
So I'm gonna raise dead.
Ah,
go
creating a
ahead.
skeleton.
So I'm gonna charge myself one resolve.
I think you should already be down 1 for maintaining the first toughened skeletal.
No, I don't have to maintain them.
I'm pretty sure you have to maintain it. That's the one limitation to having like an infinite horde of undead is you would have no resolve
No,
left.
remember we used the 3 difficulty one so that it's indefinite?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it'll last forever, like duration-wise, but still, to cast the Raise Dead spell, it still requires the resolve.
I'm not casting the raise dead spell. I've already raised them indefinitely. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what, because I'm not casting a spell.
All right, so I'll make a note to find the entry in the book and show it to you later. We'll move past it for now. All right, so you cast it on this undead here. You raise another skeleton.
Yeah, I'm going to spend 1 doom. And that is 3 successes. So that's to raise indefinitely.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just copy this one and make a copy of him.
I already did. He's right there.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Only this one is 9 out of 9.
So, let's see. Spell casting probably involves some talking, some waving your hands around,
Mm-hmm.
incanting the magic words. The bear will hear it.
Okay.
So the bear is going to take a turn, and it's going to move from here into here. So this huge bear steps out into the light, sniffing in the air. And it turns to look into the darkness over here. And it sees some light, but it's not very smart, so it doesn't really put 2 and 2 together to realize that that's not just light from outside. And it doesn't have a good line of sight on the party just yet. But you can hear movement and the growls of a bear now in the cave. So back to the party's turn. Everybody gets to do one thing. What's your action going to be?
The helmet. What does the helmet give me?
If you put on the helmet, it is helmet armor 2.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do that.
Two points of soak on your head. It doesn't fit perfectly. The man who wore it before you is pretty big and the strap seems broken, but maybe you can repair it later. For now, it's, makeshift armor, but it works.
Okay.
It's probably got some blood stains in it, too. Not the cleanest helmet, but oh well.
That'll work.
Well, I'm going to send my skeletal warriors forward. Unless there's any objections from the 2 of you.
Skeleton warriors. Alright, so that's command to move in and attack the bear. Minor action, they move.
And they're going to prepare an action to attack as soon as the bear closes.
Alright, good plan. Okay. So everybody that's a player gets to act, and then the monster will go. So Ramiel, what do you do?
Well, if possible, I would like to stand behind the rocks over here and see if I could maybe prepare my sword just in case it decides to come from this side or this side, so I can like bash it.
Sure. So you use your minor action to move, and that puts you in place behind the rocks there. And then you say, I'm readying my action to swing my sword if the bear comes through here, and that'll be your action.
Yes.
All right, cool. The bear growls and charges, roar, and he rushes in at the toughened skeletons. They react with their prepared action. So they swing. Let's see some attacks from your undead. They're gonna slash with their broken swords.
I need an 11 or better, and I got neither.
Ooh.
On the first one, on the second one, I got 2.
2 successes. Okay. Roll some damage.
Okay. Shit, what damage do they do again? 5 DC.
Actually, I'm going to give you a momentum for that. Normally this would be difficulty 2 because of the low light, but the skeletons see you with, like, dark vision, I guess, so,
Okay.
they actually don't have that hard a time attacking in the darkness, which is an advantage they have.
So that is 2 damage.
Mm.
Sadly.
Alright, 2 vigor. Stab the bear, but its hide is incredibly thick. Now, when you stab it, you find out that the bear has armor 2 from thick hide, so it actually does 0 damage.
Yep. Yeah, guys, the skeletons aren't going to do much if you guys don't help them. Just as a heads up.
Alright, so, the bear sees your undead attacking it, and it's going to make 1 attack. Let's see, it's going to kind of, like, encircle its enemies. So it's sort of moving around, and when it gets to here, it's going to attack this skeleton here with 1 powerful swipe of its bear claw. Give me 1 moment here.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be down 2 skeletal warriors in a second.
$323.
Well, if anything, maybe we can die and you can raise us.
Yeah, no, I'll just leave. I'll find other corpses to raise. I'm not staying here to raise you. Not with that bear in here.
All right, 2 successes. It's exactly what it needed. It slashes into your skeleton warrior, and it's going to hit with a claw that does 5 dice. And it's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage and knockdown.
Okay, hang on. So that's armor 2, so it takes 5 damage.
A heavy hit.
Yep.
Alright, so that was the bear's turn. The bear hits so hard that the skeleton is literally just knocked right off its feet. It sort of ragdolls against the rock there into a pile of other skeletons. It doesn't die, but its rib cage is shattered on one side. All right, back to the party's side. Who wants to go first?
I'm gonna move back here. I believe that this is still 1 zone.
Yeah, you are 1 zone away.
Can I see the bear?
Yeah, the bear is visible.
I'm gonna use marksman. So I believe. Well, I'm gonna use one. Do we have momentum? I don't think we do. No. I'm gonna use one fortune
You had one.
to start
The skeleton
I
generated one.
Oh, don't use fortune. Just spend doom.
I
Fortune.
don't know.
Fortune costs 2 doom. So
It's
if you use,
gonna cost a doom either way. So
yeah, no, but it's gonna cost 2 doom if you use
yeah,
fortune.
but he's gonna regenerate it either way in any other moment.
No, he
Doesn't-
won't. He won't get 2 doom if you don't spend fortune.
He's still gonna get a lot of doom.
No, he'll still get 1 doom, but not 2.
Fine. I'm gonna give you one doom.
One doom.
One.
God, I have a lot of doom. I need to use more of
And
it.
I'm gonna spend. Well, no, that's for the. It only has for attack, so that's 4 dice. It's 4 die. And that's 1, 2. I believe that's 2 successes only.
Okay, that'll hit.
Really? You don't know?
No, that's 3 successes.
Oh,
I
that'll
was gonna
generate
say.
a momentum then.
Yay!
Waha. You have 2 now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna re-roll those zeros. So that's
7?
4 and that's 7 point
Okay.
of damage.
7 minus 2. You actually did 5 damage to his vigor, and you caused 1 wound.
Great.
The bear lets out a yelp of pain. It really didn't like that at all.
I
Where did you hit it?
He hit it in the
oh.
side, and it probably punctured a vital organ.
Give me 1 second. No, I'm gonna roll to see where I hit it. The torso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I called it.
Yay.
All right, so that's Isidore. He got a really good shot, and the bear yelps in pain. Are you still waiting, Ramiel?
Yeah.
You're gonna wait again. Apophis, what do you do?
I'm gonna shout, Ramiel, attack!
He made his decision. All right, so the bear can go after the source of its pain, or it can continue fighting the skeleton. It's going to react to the pain of your arrow by charging, so it gets to here, at which point it triggers the attack from Ramiel.
Yay. All right.
Yay.
But what do I do? I just.
Attack. Break his fucking head.
The D20? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. Roll
So-
2 d20s.
So if you want to make an attack, you're gonna roll d20s. You know, Ian doesn't want you to use the special fortune points. So what you can do is you can use one of these momentum to get an extra dice, if you need an extra dice. He's got like a 12 to hit, so extra dice would probably help.
I don't want to. Should I say?
Generate doom.
Not for now. I mean, I'm new to this, so if he says not for today, not for today. Maybe next time I'll probably disobey him, but for now.
Now the bear is going to try to parry the attack.
Oh no.
Well, no, I take it back. The bear doesn't see it coming because you were hiding, so I'll let it go through. You can only defend, react against things you can see coming, and he didn't see this coming, so I'll let it pass. You might
Alright.
kill him in one shot here. That could be lucky. He'll never get an attack in.
All right. So
If he attacks me, I'm dead. I'm sure of that.
It's possible. He hits pretty hard. If he gets a bite attack, it can do 6 dice, and it's got piercing and unforgiving.
I don't want that.
You don't want that, no.
I got a 9 and a 17.
Okay, well, 17's not good, but I think your 9 hits. And because the bear's in the light and he's close and there's no extraneous circumstances, it's only a difficulty 1 to hit, so that's a hit. I didn't do a defend reaction, so you just have to roll damage. Now, you, I think, roll 9 dice on a melee attack with your greatsword.
Damn.
Or, wait, is it even more than that? Hang on. Let me look at your character sheet. So you've got a two-handed greatsword that does 5 dice, and then you've got melee 4 plus 4, which means, yeah, you're rolling 9 combat dice on that leftmost chest. So you got to click it 9 times in a row to get that many dice. Oh, that was 8. One more.
Yeah, I guess it didn't do much.
Now, hang on. So let me look something up real quick, because I think you've got features that'll help that out. So let me look in the combat skills for like the melee. You've got No Mercy and Blood on Steel. When making a melee attack, you may reroll a number of damage dice equal to the total number of melee talents and ranks in those talents. So since you have No Mercy and Blood on Steel and Killing Strike, you can reroll 3 of your damage dice. So you have 3 zeros there, which means you're going to want to reroll 3 dice.
Alright, so I click it 3 times?
3 times, yep. Now, an effect still does damage,
That's still 7.
and a greatsword, like a two-handed sword, has Vicious 1, which means an effect actually does 2 damage. So you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage with that hit. That's a huge hit.
Damn.
Fuck.
Okay, so a 13 damage two-handed greatsword chop to the neck of the bear. Its hide soaks 2 of it. It still takes 11 damage. It already had 5. That's a total of 16. That does cause another wound and kill it instantly.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
The bear goes down. It slides to a halt as like the body just like the momentum of the body carries it forward, and it slides to a halt right in front of Isidore there
Oh my god.
with its mouth open, blood coming out.
Well,
Oh, wow.
from now on, Ramiel, I believe my skeletons will walk behind you.
Well, he had the advantage of getting the surprise attack on the bear. If it was able to make a defensive reaction, it might not have worked.
God. What?
Your skeleton didn't even die. He's only lost 5. He's still got 4 of 9 vigor. So here come your skeletons.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Still, from now on, they walk behind Ramiel.
They should walk in front of me.
An impressive strike, I may say.
They did absorb 1 devastating attack.
Wow.
So they have that advantage. They're like a human shield.
Let's build this big guy.
And
gonna
this
say-
cave provided you with a number of bodies you could use to make a bunch of human shields. I
I'm gonna
figured
pelt it.
for as deadly as this bear is, you would probably take advantage of the corpses here.
If we were only 2, I'm sure we would have needed those.
So that's fun. I really like the development of your character. He's now the master of the undead and the mind control person. It's great.
I'm gonna pelt the bear.
Good times. All right. You begin skinning the bear.
Did you say peel? I'm going to peel the bear. Like,
Peel
I'm
the
gonna peel
bear.
the bear.
Like a-
just
like an
a
orange.
like a mandarin.
Yeah,
like an orange. Oh my
in a
god.
spiral.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Okay, you do you have a loot note card I should use? Should I
It's
keep
this
adding
one.
to this one? All right, let's see. We got the loot note card. I'm gonna blow up the text a little bit.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, so here we have
Jesus Christ, 13 points
one
of damage.
dire bear pelt. Value 5 gold. Okay.
Damn.
That's a lot of gold.
When you half that, do you round up or down?
In the Conan system, they say to round everything up.
Oh, cool.
Great.
So that's 3 gold.
I'm gonna take my lamp back. So I'm gonna go to. I'm sorry, I still don't know your Ramiel.
Oh, yeah.
Pat him in the shoulder 2 times, and I'm gonna go inside to see if there's anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna loot all the dead bodies.
All
I'm
right.
gonna loot anything that's on the rest of the.
You look over the Cimmerians to see if they have anything of value. Many of them have been here for a long time, rotting. Okay, go to my item notes. You're gonna find. Find a spear that is intact. Add that to the note card here.
I ordered some pizza, so I might be AFK for a couple of minutes. And like 6, 7 minutes, something
Okay.
like that.
That's fine. Do you guys want to take a short break? I'll.
No, no, it's not right now. It's
Well, you
like
know,
in
just
a.
in a usual D&D session, it is a good idea to give everybody a break, and also in this like middle portion of the game, I'm supposed to give 1 fortune to each of you.
I have my 2, so
You can spend fortune if it's over your prescribed limit. So if you have prescribed 2 fortune, if he gives you another fortune, you can spend that freely. That doesn't cost him.
Right.
okay.
So each of you take one of these,
Mine.
and I'm gonna go make coffee, and I'll come back in a few. Break time.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Are we back?
No.
No. Oh,
Okay, well.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hi.
And back to the gameplay screen.
I'm gonna let my dog back in.
We actually had a viewer for a minute there. A couple of viewers. Britanix. He said, it's a trap.
Hey.
And Viral Hazard Zero, he said, hello, first time tuning in. There's only 3 players. And I told him, yeah, we have a hard time finding people and scheduling's tricky, but yeah, we do our best.
Hey, come.
One of these weeks, the stars will align and we'll have 5 players. Imagine that.
Imagine the day we're all 5 here.
It's not going to happen often, but it'll happen eventually.
You'll have to throw like 10 griffin at us.
Next week, Ian says he's not going to be here.
Oh, that's not good.
But then Notorog might be here. So then you'd have a healer instead of a magic user. He's a bit of a rogue too. Sort of a healer rogue. Odd combo. Like the snake oil salesman.
We might be able to do something that's not going for cultists.
Boy, this bear encounter. This went fast. I thought this would take a few turns.
Me too. I didn't know he was gonna die from one shot.
Well, he's
sorry.
toughened enemy, so he's only got he can take 2 wounds and then he drops. He wasn't quite as strong as a nemesis level enemy. I didn't want this
Okay.
encounter to be super drawn out either. This is just like a little thing that you can do, a little optional side quest. The key thing though, rather than sell the pelts by itself, what you can do is you can bring the bear back to the village. They
My
can
pizza's here.
cook it
I'm
up.
gonna be back.
You can turn this bear into a feast and gain some renown for it.
Okay, I'm back.
Uh-huh. I was just saying that better than just selling this bear's pelts. Oh, you heard? All right, cool.
Yeah, get some renown for it.
Because they're having a festival right now, and if you provide the Cimmerians with a bunch of meat for the festival, they're bound to be very happy about it. I've been trying to think of ways to use like the renown system in this in creative ways. So as sort of like a reward, there can be local renown. So here in Samaria with the Cimmerians, you could build up renown by doing things like this, and then it'll decrease your cost of living if you're staying there because they respect you. And they don't charge you as much.
Gotcha. Unforgiving 152.
Let me explain. So on my sheet, I sort of made a spreadsheet of everything, and so it's listed as columns. It's got weapons, reach, damage, size, qualities, shop, cost, weight, and book. So the way to read this is it is a spiked shield that has a reach of 2, it has a damage of 3, it has the size unbalanced, it has the qualities of knockdown, shield 2, and unforgiving. In a shop, it is a item 1, so it's like common. The cost is 5, the weight is 2, and the book it's in is Conan the Barbarian, page 20.
I see.
Yeah, unforgiving doesn't really have numerical value, I don't think. What does unforgiving
I
do?
thought it was like vicious too. It could be unforgiving. 152. Oh my god.
That'd be strong.
Very strong. Yeah. Give me a vicious 152 weapon.
You just roll 1 dice. Well, it's an effect. You're dead. Actually, Unforgiving does have an X. It says, if the target of this attack was affected by an exploit action immediately before this attack was made, then this attack gains the intense and vicious X qualities.
Oh, so you could have a unforgiving 152.
I think it's supposed to be Unforgiving 1, but it was unlisted. So unlisted is probably by default 1. Because the one that's there is the column for how rare it is, not the actual part of the quality. That's pretty strong, though. Intense and vicious. So intense says these attacks are designed to inflict massive harm. So if you inflict 1 harm, it inflicts 2. So like that bear would die in 1 shot as soon as you do 1 harm.
Yep.
And then vicious. Inflicts additional X damage for each effect roll. So unforgiving is a good one to have. And that's on a shield, so you can combine that with like a shield and spear setup. You have nice reach. You've got this like big spiked shield you can use as like an offhand weapon.
Yep.
The shield itself provides all the benefits of a shield, so that gives you a lot of armor soak too.
Okay, I'm back. Hi.
Wibbles.
Okay, so I finished the items that you find in the cave. You find a spiked shield and a spear.
Okay. Nothing else?
I mean, there's other stuff, obviously, but most of it was destroyed by the bear. So, like, you'll find pieces of armor that are all shredded and torn because the bear ate the person wearing the armor. You'll find weapons that are broken. But as far as stuff that's in good condition that you can take and use, what you find here on the card is it.
Yeah, but if we carry the corpse of the bear back, we can gain renown by sharing it with the town as a feast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, good luck carrying it.
I mean,
Hey, your new friend, Ramiel of Asgard has 14 brawn. He can do it if nobody else can.
I'm pretty sure that your skeletons can help me for a little bit, right?
Right.
Yeah, man.
He summons those indefinitely, so they last a long time. They have strength. They can do whatever. Command them, and they shall act.
Okay, then I'll have the skeletons help.
I'm also going to take one of the fangs on the bear's mouth.
Sure. Some bear teeth. No problem. Trophies. You're welcome to take claws, fangs, the whole head, whatever you want. Take a trophy.
An eye.
An eye of bear. That might be useful in a potion or something. All right,
Oh, yeah.
so who is carrying the loot?
That would be Isidore.
All right.
Sure.
Well, I mean, that's what we were doing last time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I've put the note card in front of Isidore. We're gonna leave this table, so everybody grab your figurines off the table. I'm gonna erase all the zone lines there.
Wait, he hasn't gotten his figure in yet.
All right, so Ramel, you've got your figurine here. I'm just gonna drag it over to the wooden area in front of your name. So this is sort of like a safe area over here. Everything that is in the inner part of the table can be grabbed up by this thing called One World, which is a scripted thing in Tabletop Simulator that I use to pack the table like this. All right.
Oh.
And then I can quickly load up another table I've prepared like this.
This is the part in where you get the ooh. Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, a bunch of prep goes into this. I spent some hours on this last night, this morning.
Oh.
Okay, so here you are. You come back to town. Back to the Sumerian Village. Back from your successful hunt. You're dragging the corpse of the enormous dire bear, freshly peeled like an orange.
I signal the guards, and I go in.
The guards are impressed. They say, "Ah, mighty hunters!"
I'm gonna go directly to the main hall.
You pass Taharka, and he says, "I see you had a good hunt."
Great one, I might say.
On your way past the shop here, Mokta steps out and offers to buy the corpse from you.
Mokta.
No, this is a feast for the town. For the celebrations.
I will be glad to taste the feast that you have brought, and he'll follow you to the center of town.
Great.
Come, Einbat! Skinny fellow that's stumbling drunk comes chasing after him. All right, you bring it to the king.
I let it fall in the feet of both the princesses.
Not here. Do you mean the princes?
Yeah.
The princess isn't here.
We got the queen, the king, and the two princes.
Yeah, two princes.
Two princes. All right,
Oh.
cool. All right, so you present the bear to them, and they're like, "You have slain the dire bear. Impressive feat, hunter."
Not allowed, that's for sure.
Douglas suggests that Maeve could cook that up into a fine feast for the festival.
Yes, we bring it for the festival as gift, as tribute.
King Donald stirs and says, bear. Delicious in the right season. They feast upon the blueberries, the meat. All right, you've actually sparked the interest of the king. The queen has a smile on her face because he doesn't say much. Dunshed says, "This is good. Quickly, we will bring it before it spoils to Maeve." And he leads everyone to this area here. All right, so you get to the town square, and a gathering of Cimmerians are out and about, enjoying the welcome weather. One of the guardsmen sort of lazing about, not on duty, sort of passively observing. An old farmer sits on his porch. He's got one of the nicer houses in town and a rather large farm with various animals, and he's just enjoying some pipe wheat. And so he's here watching, and the bear is presented by the prince to a woman named Maeve, who's quite attractive. And she is the best chef in town, and she's going to begin going to work carving that bear up and roasting it. And a great bonfire is constructed here in the center of town. where they'll make a bit of a spit roast. So they skewer the bear straight through one end and out the other, and they begin slowly rotating it over the open fire. You've already peeled it, so they just had to clean it off a little bit.
Peeled it. Oh my god. God damn it.
Well, you gotta peel it, otherwise it's gonna be hairy meat. You don't want to eat hairy meat.
Skin it. You skin it. Okay. So can we revel quickly and then get on our other mission?
All right. Yeah, I mean, if you want to go to the priestesses, this doesn't really require you to be here while the food is being prepared.
Okay.
A lot of these are, commoners. You might not necessarily be interested in talking to any of them.
Can we make it back in time to revel in the feast?
Considering it only took you a moment to slay the bear, I'd say yeah.
Okay. All right then. Then on to our mission then.
All right, you travel back across town. You go back to the temple of Crom.
Mm-hmm.
Princess Tuathala and Darina, they're ready to go.
Are you guys coming with?
Yeah.
We have a... We do have a horse. Alright, they're both going to saddle up on horses. So, horse 1, horse 2.
Now careful making it bigger.
I will not.
Or no. I
Yeah.
did it 2 times. 2 times.
So, normally you can make an object bigger or smaller with the plus and minus key, but some objects have been manually shrunk because they're too big, and the horses are one of those objects. If you enlarge them, they get very, very big very quickly.
And it's to comedic effect.
Yeah, it's explosive. Things go everywhere.
Alright. I will mount Octu and bring Rowana along, I suppose.
Alright. Well, if you are ready to go, they're going to head towards the western exit from town and ride off towards the open road. They're going to pull out torches, because it's quite dark by the time they set out. Right about now would be sort of like dinner time. A lot of people in town are enjoying a meal. Probably some bear meat is being consumed.
Princess, can I trust your acquaintance?
She says, I would trust the Lady of Crom with my life. She is the spiritual leader of our village.
Then may I explain something to you in confidence?
What?
I am a sorcerer.
A sorcerer? A Stygian sorcerer? Like from the stories?
Yes.
Do you really command the dead? That's what I've heard.
Yes, in fact, I'd like to take them along with us.
Alright. She shudders. She says, ugh, sounds awful. Aren't they rotting and covered in maggots? Don't they stink?
Sometimes.
She says, I do not think Darina will care. Crom is not a god to worry over such things.
Good.
The Mitra cult, those are the ones that they get upset when you're dealing with sorcery and things like that.
Yes. Yes, I've encountered them.
Usually, the worshippers of Crom just want to be left alone, like their god, who also just wants to be left alone. Don't pray to me, I don't care. That's the nature of Crom.
Yep.
All right, so is everybody off the table?
Yep.
All right. You quickly leave the village under the cover of darkness so that Tuathala's brothers will be none the wiser. They're too busy enjoying the feast and flirting with the beautiful Maeve. So they're going to be completely distracted while you sneak off in the night to investigate an ancient but sacred ruin, sacred to the Sumerian people. All right. Now, you're going to enter at this staircase here.
Oh, should we be small again?
Hell yeah. Very small.
All right, hang on. Oh, I made Rowana too small.
So you want to be this big. This is the scale right here. You want to fill one of these squares.
Oh, okay.
So not the minimum size, but you know, smallish.
Okay.
All right. So before you get here, you travel for a while. You leave the village. They pull out their torches because it's pretty dark. You're traveling along roads that haven't had the most traffic on them. You're going into the highlands, up into the mountain. There's a lot of rocks, rough terrain. It's slow going on horseback, but there's a bit of a trail. It takes you several hours, maybe approaching midnight, by the time you approach a particular mountain that just has sort of like a feel to it. There's like a vibe to this mountain. Now, the shape of the mountain is kind of like not super tall. There's not a lot of verticality to it. It's sort of like a low angle, like a pyramid, right? And it's a particular kind of mountain that is sacred to the Cimmerians. This is known as like the home of Crom. Crom is said to live in a particular shape of mountain, and this is it. And in this mountain, there is a ruin called the Cave of Broken Gods. Sacred site for the Cimmerians. It's a bit of a labyrinth, a dungeon, a place that very few people ever go to. Because of superstition of one kind or another. They either believe that the gods that inhabit the statues within the place will be displeased if you trespass, or maybe they believe the demons that are in stone form there will come to life and kill them. You know, there's a lot of superstition about this cave, and the people that go there are widely considered to be witches. So, you've arrived in secret. You enter into a large chamber. You've got torches, right?
I've got
yeah.
a lantern.
You've got your lantern, and it emits a glow that goes maybe 30 feet from you. So, I don't know, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So what you can see out in front is there's a bit of a dais. It's a bit of a large raised platform with 4 staircases that go up on top, and it creates a bit of a stage. If you look off to the right, that side of the room is broken. There's a lot of jagged rock and roots that are sticking out of the ceiling and going down into the ground, and there's a lot of cracks and debris. There's a shadowy shape that looms large off in that corner. And to your left and your right, you can see some sort of detail built into the wall that you could investigate here and here. There's some other stuff further off into the darkness you don't immediately see.
What's this?
I'm
So-
gonna. Well, I'm gonna ask, real quickly, the princess, if I may be so bold, mistress, what is it that we're doing here?
Where's my figurine for her?
Oh,
Here it is. They're leaving the horses outside. I'll put them on the map right about here. All right, the princess comes down the stairs and says, "Sorry, what?"
if I may be so bold, what is it that we are doing here?
Well, she looks at Darina, and Darina will say, "This is a sacred place. It is said that there may be artifacts that belong to our ancestors. Have you ever heard of the Atlanteans?"
Have I ever heard of the Atlanteans?
Probably not, but I have.
Well, it is said that in ancient times there was a great destruction, and the Atlanteans were scattered. And many Sumerians believe that our own ancestors were these scattered Atlanteans. The progenitor of our race is said to be Atlantean. And this being one of the most ancient sites of Samaria, perhaps there will be Atlantean artifacts. And that is what we wish to do, is to come here and find an Atlantean artifact that we can bring back to our festival.
Well,
But if there's other treasures here, we'll look the other way if you wish to take them.
can I make a lore check
Yeah, what do you want to make a lure check about?
about the Atlanteans and the Cimmerians? To know if I've ever heard anything of it or read anything about it.
All right, roll it.
Great.
Now, hang on.
Wow.
Okay, you don't know anything.
No, but I generate 2 momentum for the pile of lore quests.
I was gonna say the difficulty is pretty high. You might want to roll extra dice.
Well, I don't know what that's going on.
You just let me know when I can figure out what this is.
Okay, so when you approach this southwestern corner of the room, there is a stone shape like a door, and it's got what looks like a door, but it doesn't go all the way to the floor. It's like a half door, and it's got 2 sides that open up, and it creates just sort of like a waist high to head high, almost like a window-like opening. But it's got wooden doors, like I said. Do you want to open the wooden doors?
Yes, I do.
All right, so you throw open the wooden doors, and what's revealed is a large map. And when you look at the map and take a moment to think about it, the first room on that map looks very much like the room you were in, which could lead you to believe that, is an accurate description of the remainder of the dungeon going deeper in.
Oh, good. Do I see all of this?
Now, it's not an exact map because everything from this line over is not on it.
Okay.
But it does include these rooms and these rooms.
Okay. Cool. Well, I have a map. I suggest we explore each room in depth.
From here, you can see there's another one of these same kind of structures right there.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing.
I do also suggest, Count, that we execute a little bit of cautiousness. We don't know what kind of booby traps might be here.
Good thinking. Our ancestors may have set up traps to keep grave robbers from stealing away with the artifacts of our ancestry.
I throw open the doors.
Okay.
Oh my
God. The wooden display on the west wall depicts a city, and it looks to be a large city, an ancient city with towers of black stone, with like a particular kind of architecture that isn't real common. It looks very, very old.
Does anything stand out to me about it?
Something definitely does stand out to you about it. Maybe possibly vaguely familiar. If you could maybe do a difficulty 3 lore test, you would know.
You have 2 momentum.
I have what?
2 momentum.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but do I want to know this? I mean,
No.
I'll just roll 2 dice. Like,
Yeah, you might get 3 successes with 2 dice.
I might.
There's a chance.
You're thrifty with the resources.
Well, that's a no.
That's a no.
That's a no. All right.
That's a nah.
So you see a beautiful city of black stone, but you don't recognize it. It doesn't ring a bell. But it does look
And
old.
what's to the right?
Yep.
Oh.
You turn to your right, and what you see in the corner, looming large, is an enormous statue. The statue looks vaguely like an owl, and it must weigh many tons, and there's some yellow paint on it that highlights and accents its shapes.
Okay, I'm going to feel around on it, looking for triggers or secrets.
Nothing stands out.
Okay.
Does anybody want to attempt a lore test?
I want to make an investigation check to see if there's anything that should go in the middle.
I'm rolling a lore test. No successes.
Well, it's an owl.
Well, that's the successes for my investigation.
You investigate the owl. You find that it's made of stone and it's well sculpted by a good sculptor, although the scale of it is huge and it must have taken some time. You don't find any levers. It doesn't seem like it turns or rotates. You don't see any scrapes along the ground as if it's been moved. It just appears to be a large statue of something.
I tell the guys that maybe they should settle down for something smaller. I don't think I can carry this.
Even you couldn't carry this with all of your strength.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think that was even a question. We just wanted to investigate it to see if there were any secrets. So, to the other side of the room, and I throw open these doors.
You throw open the little wooden gates, revealing, let's see, which one is this? The southeast wall contains another tablet. This tablet depicts a man. He appears to be a great man. He stands upon an altar, or maybe before an altar, upon a pyramid. It also looks old, and he's wearing gear that looks Stygian vaguely. Do you wish to attempt a lore test?
Yes.
Ooh.
Zero successes.
Great. You don't recognize the figure, but he looks important.
Okay. What's this nonsense over here?
All right. So you turn from the wall art, and you see that here in the corner, the wall is broken, and in the ceiling, there's cracks that go out, right out to, you can see like stars overhead through the crack. And there's the roots of an enormous tree snaking down through those cracks. And there's a bunch of water pooled in this corner here. A lot of it's cold, and it's nighttime, and some of it has begun to like sort of freeze over. So you can walk over it, but it's kind of slippery back here. And it's basically just a tangle of roots that's difficult to navigate.
Gotcha. Well, I will go back here to investigate to see if there's anything of worth.
All right. You fight your way past the roots. Sometimes you have to crawl, sometimes you have to climb over them. It does seem to go through and around and enter into a little bit of a hallway back here if you want to follow it through.
Sure.
All right. Eventually, the broken corridor opens up into a smoother, more carved corridor that has a small door. It's a tight passage, as if for servants to sneak along, and then a little bit of doorway at the end.
Okay, I'll open the door.
All right. You throw open the door easily. It wasn't even locked. You pop out behind the stage. Right here, there's no door. This is just a large arch. And you can see right through here. Your light shines in. There appears to be wall art, a mural, on this entire wall here that extends from the wall, sticking out, up to 2 or 3 feet out into the hall. And it covers that entire surface from end to end.
What is the mural of?
All right. The mural in the connecting hallway, the corridor in between the chambers, depicts It depicts a general leading an army. And there's writing.
Can I read it?
Looking at languages, nobody can read the writing.
Can Rowana read it?
Rowana cannot read this writing either.
Okay, can the princess read it?
The princess looks at the wall. She says, "What is that?" He appears to be a great general. He leads an army. You can see arrayed before him his men with their shields and their spears. He seems to be leading them. Perhaps this is a message from a leader of an army, but I can't read it.
Okay. I assume everybody's still with me, right?
I mean, I'm looking at this right now.
Okay.
All
I
right.
guess I'll for you then.
This one's already open. That is the one that depicted
A Stygian.
a Stygian man standing before an altar on top of a temple.
Can I make a lore check?
Yeah.
That's 2 successes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
All right. Maybe that is the famous Templar of Set, known as Zoltatun.
Okay.
Zoltatun was like one of the most famous, like high priests of the Acheronian Empire.
Gotcha.
Long before your time. This is like ancient history.
Why is this here? Can we go inside here?
So at one point, the Acheronian Empire spanned most of Hyboria, but it didn't actually go north into Samaria officially. So if there was a little breakaway group of Acheronians in ancient times that came here, it was largely unknown by most.
Okay.
Let's see, these two, they're up here looking at this wall art. If only we could read this, they say.
Okay, we're all together.
I'm
So-
also trying to stick with the princes, just no. So
I'm
that's-
going to proceed into the next room.
All right. You enter into a large circular chamber. Now, the chamber here was carved in a great dome. High overhead, the domed ceiling is covered in artwork. It depicts all of the constellations in the sky, all of the stars, and shapes those stars into the various forms of heroes of legend and monsters.
Oh, I just realized there's no door to the west in here, is there?
To the west, there is.
Oh, there is a door to the west. Okay.
It's hard to see, but it's right there.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You could also get there by going through here, but you didn't. You didn't
Yeah,
go that way. So,
Yeah, no,
um,
I saw that.
when you get into this chamber here, there are statues. The statues here depict various gods and demons and heroes of legend.
Can I look for the structure, was it? The structure god that we freed?
You look for a depiction of Ahriman. You do not find a depiction of Ahriman the Destroyer here.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect to.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm gonna do, because I've seen the map, is I'm gonna come over here and enter this area.
I will make a note to you that when you get anywhere within a certain distance of this obelisk,
Mhm.
it begins to glow. Like there's writing on it, runic writing in that same ancient language you can't read, and it begins to glow when you get near it.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out.
Okay. So you come back downstairs and you look at the obelisk.
Yeah.
All right. As you get closer and closer to it, the illumination gets brighter, and now that you're standing before it, you begin to feel something, or it's almost like hearing but not hearing. Like echoes are sort of appearing in your mind of a voice, but you're not hearing it with your ears, you're hearing it with your mind, like a psychic whisper from the past. And the voice you hear is talking about the Atlantean bloodline.
In a language that I understand?
No, you're not going to understand it. However, even though you don't understand the language, it's going into your mind and it's giving you concepts. So you don't know what the words are saying, but the concept that it's giving you is an ability to sense other sorcerers. It's trying to convey a psychic ability you don't necessarily have.
Yeah.
So you don't know how to make heads or tails of it. You can't really make sense of it. And it's
Well,
magical, so that's also interesting.
I want to know its secrets.
Right.
Can I recognize any of the runes on it?
No. Nobody has that language. However, the princess is going to approach, and she brings Darina with her, and Tuathala is going to step over to this object here, and she's going to say, "I'm going to tell you something, but you must keep your confidence. This is not for everyone to know, but I believe I am strongly of the Atlantean bloodline, and for some reason, in the proximity of this obelisk, I gained an ability. I can just sort of innately tell when a sorcerer is near me. I don't know how I gained this ability, but I think it has something to do with my Atlantean heritage. I could tell immediately that you had powers. I didn't know what they were, and it was shocking to see you could raise the dead, but I did have a sense that you had hidden power that I could sense because of my proximity to this obelisk in the past, which is why I wish to return here and explore further."
This ability would be profoundly useful to me.
It's possible you need to either be of the bloodline or maybe to have a deep understanding of the language. I don't know. I don't understand it fully.
What is the language?
Well, you wouldn't know this, but it is Ancient Acheronian.
Well, I'm asking her.
She doesn't know either.
She doesn't know.
No, nobody knows. A mysterious language.
Ancient Acheronian. Can I keep that in my head? Can I know that?
I mean, you could make a note, but just make a note that you don't know what this language is, but maybe you can identify it later down the line. Like, if you saw it again, you might recognize it, and maybe that would help to identify it.
Okay. Then I'm going to proceed up the winding little side here and then into this room.
Let me describe the room a little bit before you leave it. So, as you're going up the stairs, you can see that this big domed chamber has multiple levels. So it goes up one level to here, and then it goes up another level to here. Towards the back of the room, there is a dais with a throne that appears to have some stuff on it. And also, off on the far right side of the room, it's wrecked. Maybe an earthquake destroyed that half of the room.
Yep.
Alright, but you're going this way. So you approach a tiny door in this wall on the left side.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the princess will follow close behind. She wants to see what there is to see here. She's already seen this room before. This is as far as she's gone in the past.
I'm a little bit interested in these statues. Is there a way that I should know if these heroes, who they are?
You could attempt a lore test.
Why do you wait for me to get into another room before you do a thing?
Because I didn't want to interrupt you. 5 and 18, I don't think that you can get anything.
Well, I'd much rather you interrupt me than just ignore me.
Also, do you have a separate light source?
No.
Alright. You're gonna have a real hard time identifying anything in the dark.
I'm gonna separate a little bit from the group, and I'm gonna go to this throne.
You might have the same problem though. Light.
I do have my lantern.
Okay, you bust out your lantern to provide some light. Over there, the throne itself actually has another one of these things on it.
Is the princess staying with me at least?
Yeah, they're right behind you. More Acheronian writing. You can't read it. There's a lot of it on the throne, though.
Can I at least recognize it?
If you saw it again, you'd recognize it's the same kind of writing, but you don't know what it's called, and you can't read it.
Can I make a lore test to try and identify it correctly?
I guess if you make a successful D2 lore test, you would have seen Acheronian writing and have identified it in the past.
Yeah, sure. I may use one of the momentum that I make.
Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna take that roll too.
Ooh, a 1.
Hey, 2 successes.
I have 1 success. That's impressive.
Okay, so does that mean that Apophis, instead of going in the side room, has gone to the throne?
No. This is for me to have recognized the language from before.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I don't recognize it.
Okay, yeah, well, that'll at least give you the name Ancient Acheronian, but you still can't read it.
Okay, great.
But it's a clue.
Can I try? Yeah, no, go ahead.
Meanwhile, what's going on in this room?
All right. Well, you stepped into a side room that's got tables and chairs. It looks like a dining hall for various people to have a big feast.
Okay. Does this connect to the back area?
There are doors. If you look from this room, if you look left, there's a door here. And if you look right, there's a door here.
So I just want to explore the entire area, so I'll just start by going here.
All right. If you go into this room, you're going to find a well. And then there's a door here, and there's a door here. This is one of those small servant doors, and this is like a bigger double door.
I'll check out M4.
Okay. So you open up this little side chamber, and you step into M4. And in here, you're going to find a bit of a storage room.
Mm-hmm. Anything interesting being stored?
It mostly seems to be masonry and stone cutting supplies and statue making equipment and hoists, like block and tackle for lifting heavy statues into place. A lot of construction type equipment and things. Nothing that seems useful or valuable for resale, but like you can understand why it's here. It would have been used in the construction of a lot of the building and the statues here.
Okay, M5.
Okay, you can't get there. There's no way.
Oh, wait, what?
There's no way in. There's no door.
Well, I see it on the map.
Okay, so there is a solid wall here, here, here.
No, I mean, I see it on the map that I was given. So I know there's something back there. Huh. So I'm going to search around for some kind of secret entrance or something.
Yeah, this one's tricky.
Isidore, look for a secret entrance.
Where did Isidore go? He's not in here.
Why is Isidore not in here?
Isidore is looking at some writing on a chair.
Go to Isidore. Isidore, search the wall for a hidden compartment.
I'm not with you.
I walk to you.
He walked to you. He's asking.
Oh, sure. Why the wall in specific?
You have better eyes than me.
The map is telling him there's a room, and he doesn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why did that happen? I didn't do that.
No. I'm still fixating another.
The mysterious ancient writing. It's got you perplexed. What could it say? What is the mysterious message they want to tell us?
Keep searching for it. I'm sure it's here.
There is a side door you haven't explored yet.
Yeah, I know, but I know where that connects to. But I guess I'll go in the side door.
All right. You discover the side passage that leads back to the first chamber.
Yeah, that's where that. Isidore, search the wall here.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Let's count.
For me, it isn't. 3. No, 2 successes.
2 successes.
I thought that was a 1 for a second.
You don't find a secret door. All you can hear is the drip, drip, drip of water.
I mean, there's clearly something behind here. Come on, help me out.
Do we have any explosives?
Wait, I don't think we need that. Help me out to seek. Help me out.
Darina says, do not destroy the sacred places, please.
Well, we need to get to the other side of that wall.
If it's on the map, there must be a way. Maybe we're just not seeing it.
Well,
If you help me out, maybe I can see it.
How can we help you out?
Help me out by seeking.
By what?
Help me out. Tap the door. I don't know. Tap a little bit of the wall. Let's see if there's any shortcomings in this little secret door.
Okay, I will roll an assist.
Apophis.
No successes.
Investigation, right?
Sure.
Oh, is it an investigation we're doing?
Observation? I don't know.
What is investigation?
I think I'm using D&D term.
Yeah, observation.
Yeah, no, that's 2 successes for me.
Mm. Yeah, you search the wall thoroughly. You're pretty sure there's not a secret door on this wall.
Count Apophis.
Okay, what about the well? I searched the well.
Ah, you look down the well.
Yes.
It looks like there's an opening down the well.
Oh, good lord. I will use my climbing kit.
I'm going to climb down the well. At the bottom of the well, there is a hole in the wall that leads into a side chamber. That's where the secret door is.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
So you've stepped into a chamber that would be where the water is, although it's only about ankle deep. So you're splashing around in the water. You make a big splash when you drop down off your rope. And
I shout up to the princess. Princess, there's a tomb back here.
I didn't know I'd have to climb today. Bother. She scurries down the rope. Darina does the same. They look into the room. Tuathala says, I didn't know any of this was in here. Who puts a room at the bottom of a well?
Someone who clearly doesn't want you to know there's a room.
Darina nods her head. Somebody didn't want us to be here. I would use caution.
I'm gonna go down and look for traps. No, that is 1 success.
1 success. You spot pits. Everywhere where there's a gray, sort of like dashed blue square. The shallow water is not so shallow. It actually has quite a drop right there. So you don't want to stand in any of these squares that I'm pointing at.
I'm gonna signal all of them to everybody.
Okay, I will avoid those pits.
I'm gonna go, first of all, here.
Now, getting to there's a trick, because there's a pit in between the staircase and you. You'd have to make a difficulty 2 acrobatics test. It's so difficult because you're partially in water, and it's hard to jump when you're in water. And the stairs are also slippery, so making a acrobatics test to get up onto that landing is going to be...
You know what? I'm gonna use my free card of fortunes so that Sudayan doesn't scream at me.
Can't he?
Uh,
Can't he just swim?
no, I don't know how to swim. What is that?
Huh?
I don't think we know how to swim.
Well, unknown to you, there are spikes down there.
Oh god, fucking damn it! That is a no-no. That is one success and one complication.
Well, unfortunately, you have fallen. You can't get up. Your leg hits the stairs and goes out from under you. You land in the little bit of a pit at the bottom of the stairs, and it's going to inflict possible spiky damage. Let's see how many spikes get into you when you fall into them. We've got four spikes. If you've got
Minus.
leg armor, it can soak up some of that.
Yeah, 2.
Alright, so you take 2 damage to the legs. You're going to need some help up out of there. You're up to your neck in water with spikes sticking through your feet.
Ow.
I call Ramiel.
Yes.
He needs help.
I know.
Isidore needs help. He's fallen into a pit.
Try to avoid the other places. Where is it that you are?
He just fell down these stairs into this pit right here.
Alright. So I'm gonna go around it and see if I can manage to, I don't know, pick him up.
Sure. Yeah, that's like a difficulty 0. You just grab him and lift him up out of there.
Oh.
All right. Boy, those stairs are dangerous.
That they are.
Princess Tuathala calls out, "Be careful!"
Well, I guess we need to search for something else for now.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
go here.
Darina
don't
says, "Maybe you could use your rope."
Maybe, but not now.
Ramiel, do you think you can make it?
I don't think I can make it, and I don't really have any armor on my legs. If I were to fall, I'll probably be very hurt, but I could try it. Do you want me to try it?
I think we should explore this entire area.
Alright. Well, what do I need to roll in order to try to get to the other side?
Are you trying to go up the stairs that were difficult to cross?
Sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
but he's approaching where there is no pit, so can't he just step over onto the stairs?
If you go to the side of the stairs, like the main problem is the stairs are slippery and you slide down into the pit.
Oh.
But if you want to climb up the wall here, you could climb directly up onto the platform rather than use the stairs.
Yeah, I prefer to use that, yes.
All right. Well, climbing, I'm going to say that's like a D1 athletics. Just climb up.
Okay. So I roll 2d20.
Yep.
Yep.
Roll your 2d20. Now, you have 14 brawn, but you have no skill in athletics, so you need to roll a 14 or less. And you have 2 successes. Okay, so because it was difficulty 1, that generates 1 momentum, and you are now up on the platform.
Alright. Maybe now I can get part of that rope that the princess was saying. So I can help you guys.
No, she was just making a suggestion. She's not even in the room. She's at the far side of the room looking in.
Yeah, but like maybe we can now like, oh, throw me a rope and that way you guys can climb up easier and there's no problem.
Do you have a rope, Apophis?
My climbing kit is currently used on the well.
Oh, no
I
rope.
do have a rope, but right now I'm looking to another thing.
Okay. Well, let's do that. You see a set of stairs. You've avoided a couple pits. The stairs go up onto a raised platform that would have been up out of the water.
Yeah. I'm gonna go inside.
All right. Inside this this chamber here, you go up into a dry room. There's a door to your right that goes into a hallway. But ahead of you is an altar that's got some images on it. The altar here seems to depict the north wind. So it's a wind that is blowing northward, stylistically like a cartoon face blowing wind, and it's got cardinal directions depicting that the direction of the wind is north.
Is there anything in the altar?
It's like a sculptural depiction on the surface of the altar that you're looking at.
That's weird. No blood, no nothing.
No blood, just an altar with that picture on it.
Which way is north?
North would be the direction of the well from where you're at.
The well here?
Yep.
I'm
Towards
gonna
my
try
DM
something
screen.
I'm gonna try something down.
Or no,
because
wait,
it's
not.
fun.
Let's see. You can see on the map it's got a cardinal direction up here. That's north.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow towards this in this position.
No, nothing happens.
I tried. Coming.
All right, you bring your rope.
Yup.
You throw your rope up to Ramiel. Ramiel's got a rope.
Yeah.
That'll help anybody get up there. If, that actually reduces it to a difficulty 0. So everyone
Okay.
can just move right on up.
I will climb right on it.
So there are a number of urns full of ashes from the respected buried dead that are arrayed on shelves here.
Okay. I ask Isidore, what did you see on that altar?
The north wind.
Okay. What about this altar?
You step through a door into another chamber. This chamber here has more ashes arrayed along the walls here, and then it has the main feature of the room is a large stone altar that has the depiction of the 4 cardinal directions: north, south, east, west, stylistically depicting, and then there's like a face, and the face is blowing the wind to the west.
Okay. And the other one was blowing wind to the north?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go here.
Uh-huh. Taking your lantern over to an old door, you open it up, looking into a rather large chamber. It's not wide, but it's long. At one end, a statue of an eagle facing in towards a dish, like a bowl that's part of sort of like a pedestal rising up out of the ground. At the far end of the room is another large statue of an eagle that is also facing towards the bowl at the center of the room.
Checking for traps. Wow. That's I believe 2 success.
Just 2?
You
I
don't
think.
you don't see a trap, but what you do see is there are
Oh no, that's 3 success.
Oh, well, that'll generate a momentum then. You detect scrape markings at the bottom of the statue.
Scrape marking.
Oh, time to move the statue.
In which direction?
In the direction of the scrape markings.
Yeah, but in which direction are the scrape?
So the floor has circular scrape markings. The pedestal is square, but if you rotate a square, you get a circle.
Okay, yeah, well, I'm gonna move it. A little help here?
Yeah. May I suggest rotating it to the sides of those twin figures and
Indeed.
May you suggest what?
Rotating them towards to face the altars.
no, to face the way the altars were depicted. You see,
Oh,
that
okay.
they have like some faces blowing some wind.
Okay, but then this one is already pointing east.
I've unlocked them, so if you want to rotate them, you can.
In which direction are the scrapings looking for?
You think about it for a moment. You remember this one had north wind. This one had west wind.
So I'm gonna. West wing. Yep.
With some effort, you're able to rotate the statue 180 degrees. Then you go across the room and you rotate the other statue 90 degrees, so that one statue is facing west and one statue is facing north. When this is done, the pedestal in the center of the room is going to sink down into the ground. And when it does, it's going to fill up with liquid from a hidden compartment.
So it's like a pit with liquid now?
It's a bowl that contains a greenish liquid. Greenish golden
Greenish.
liquid.
Interesting. Can I identify it with alchemy?
Roll it. It is a D5.
Oh, D5? Well, I can't.
I mean, if you throw enough dice at it, you might.
What are these fucking D5s bullshit? Like, that makes no sense to me.
Up to you.
I can't succeed.
Okay. Yeah, it's really hard to do. But you do have a mysterious liquid. Just with your alchemy skill, without any roll necessary, you can tell that this is a special alchemical liquid of some kind that surely will have an effect of some kind, but you don't know what it is exactly.
I cup some in my hands and drink it.
No, you drink it.
I'm gonna do the same.
Wow.
All right.
I'm gonna follow.
Well, you feel good. You recover your one missing point of resolve. He recovers his two missing points of vigor.
Okay. Well, this is good.
Okay, so can we bottle this stuff?
Well, after you've each had a handful, there's only a little bit left. If you have a bottle, you sure can.
Yeah,
Sure.
I will take one of my empty bottles
I don't know if I have a bottle.
and fill it up.
All right.
I don't think I have a bottle. Nope, I don't have a bottle.
This is that. What was it called?
Ah, the special wine. You might be right. Take it
Yeah,
back to the green lady. Maybe she can identify it.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Wine of Zuthel.
The what?
The wine of Zuthel.
Hey, there you go. There's nothing here, right?
It's a ramp. A ramp leading up to this this bowl.
I'm gonna go down
Alright.
without going inside
What are
the
these?
pitch.
What are these alcoves?
Nothing special.
Okay.
There are shelves that have more ashes of ancestors, and in between them there's just a gap.
Okay. All right. I will tell the princess of our find. We found a healing liquid.
She looks at it and she says, didn't the green lady want something like that?
Yes, she did. I was going to bring it to her.
She keeps saying she'll pay well for something like that.
I hope she does.
All right. The princess and Darina will climb back up out of the well, step back out into this room with the tables and the chairs.
Okay. I will wait for them to climb up out of the well, and then I will take my climbing kit back.
All right. Retrieving all your ropes and everything from the well.
Yep. Once Isidore gets out of there.
I'm gonna try to open this door again.
What door?
The unexistent one that has water sounds on it.
This room's already been explored. There's double doors here that open easily that go into the storage room that's got crafting materials for building statues and constructing the building and everything. Shelves and stuff.
Well,
I explained that
doing
this room
nothing.
didn't have anything of value in it unless you're like a craftsman, carpenter.
Then I'm leaving. With my dignity.
Now, when you
Okay.
come into this room, there was another door at the far end of the room that nobody went into.
Oh, yeah.
Oops.
All right. So everybody marches to the end of the room, and when you throw open the door, oh, actually, let's backtrack that a little bit. Unlike the other doors in this place, this one appears to be locked. It doesn't open when you test the handle.
May I require your permission to burst down the door?
Isidore, can't you pick the lock?
Maybe, if I had something to pick it with.
Don't you still have that thing we've been using?
I don't think I do.
Well, you
Because
had it.
I tend to use, like, whatever Rowana has inside. I need some lock picking
tools.
materials.
You need to buy lock-picking tools.
Yep, I need to buy that. But alas, I have nothing else but to throw down this door with a
Rowana,
little.
do you have anything?
Nah, I got nothing. What about Mr. Muscles there? Can't he just kick it down?
That's what I was saying.
I mean, if you're okay with us kicking down the door, maybe I can try it.
The princess shrugs, and she says, we could repair it later. It's just wood.
Great. So
Go ahead.
I attempt to kick down the door.
I am going to assist.
Difficulty 2, strength test. Athletics.
That is one success.
Uh, 4 and a 12.
Your athletics target number is 14, so that's 2 successes.
Yeah, 14 without any range.
So that's 3 successes. 1 momentum is generated?
Yeah, one momentum. You burst the door down. And smash it apart.
Okay.
The hinge, the handle go flying.
I'll walk inside. What's up?
All right, you've stepped into a room here, and this room seems to contain various pieces of equipment from fallen adventurers, fallen Cimmerians. You'll find a variety of mundane weapons. Do you have an interest in taking a weapon of any particular type?
No.
Okay.
Not unless there's something of a particular bonus.
It's pretty much standard weapons. There's a variety of things here. You've got swords, you've got daggers, knives, spears, just a variety. They're all pretty mundane. If you needed an extra weapon, you could probably find it here with a little search.
Okay, is there any armor?
All right.
Because our boy needs leg armor, apparently.
You search the room for armor, and
Is there no other better bows than the Basonian longbow?
No, the Bosonian longbow is the best.
No, but I mean better than the one that I have right now.
there's a set of brigandine here. If you wanted to put on some brigandine trousers, they give you 2 soak in each of your legs.
I toss these over to Ramiel.
All right, I'll take it.
Pants! Huzzah! Yeah, there's not much in the way of armor. The Sumerians tend to dress, in loincloth and cloak. That's about it. They like their weapons, but they're very much like the Spartans from 300. They don't wear much. They have their shield, they have their spear, and that's what they need. Maybe a helmet.
They have their masculinity.
Right? They clothe themselves in pure testosterone, and they just slay their enemies.
An armor made of pure testosterone.
Okay, so I'm going to go back into the round room. Hopefully, everyone is following me. Is everyone following me?
I'm going to the throne again.
I will wait for you by the throne.
All right. Stone throne covered in Acheronian writing.
I want to see if there's anything else about the throne, like if there's any scratch marks or whatever. Because I remember I just did the lore test. That's 3 successes.
Wow. 3 successes. Yeah, you don't really gain any extra information from the throne. There's not much to gain there. If you speak Acheronian, there is a message, but without the language, you can't glean much from it. Even with a 3. But I'll give you a momentum for that.
Yay. I got something out of this. Wow, we've got a decent pile of momentum right now.
Okay, let's check out this trashed area over here.
Okay.
Is there a way into that area over there?
Now, which tier are you going to? The bottom tier?
Yeah.
What tiers are there? I don't know what you mean.
Okay, well, this would be top tier. This is the mid tier, and this is the bottom tier. Looks like you went all the way down to the bottom tier by going all the way down the stairs and then over.
Oh, I thought I went this way.
Okay, in that case, so as you're traveling from here on the mid tier, you'll notice that there's a lot of rubble, and you're not going to be able to get any further than right here.
Okay, then I'll go down the stairs to the bottom tier.
Okay. Now, as you get down to the bottom tier here, you'll be able to pass in between these rocks. And when you get back here, it's all caved in, but you can kind of see that through here there is another chamber. There's like a room that there's no door to get to that was like back there beyond a wall. And there's been a lot of earthquake damage, and there's only just barely enough of a gap to spy through there and see that there is a chamber, but there's no way to get into it from right here.
I'm going to set my skeletal warriors to the task of removing rubble until there is a path.
It actually ends up being impossible. However, there's sort of a descending slope of collapsed rubble that goes down into a bit of a ravine here. So you can't get through the wall here, but you can maybe go under it.
Okay, I'll go under it.
All right, everybody begins crawling down into this lower passage. The princess comments that this is dirtier work than she had expected, crawling on hands and knees through the rough rubble here, squeezing through into this chamber where they can finally stand back up and stretch their legs. Wow, we wouldn't be able to quickly escape from here if we had to. Wait, what's that? Darina looks up here. Above her head, there is a hole where you could still climb up into that room that you could see from here.
Okay.
Can I improvise a hook?
How far out there is the hook? Can I the hole? Can I just like?
You could jump up and grab a hold of it and just climb up.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do it.
It is within arm's reach. You just have to leverage yourself up onto the sort of the ledge that's above you.
Is this acrobatics?
Nah, you don't even have to roll for this. It's fine. You just climb up in there.
Okay, well, I'm gonna climb.
Well, in that case, me and my
Take a
skeleton
look around.
are gonna climb too.
All right. You step up into a room. Now, this room looks older than the other room. The dome, it was sort of a marble, like a white stone. This stone here is different. It's black. It's black, and when you look at it, there's something like something crosses your field of vision, like little purple flecks when you're looking at the stone, and it's a little disconcerting. When you look away, you don't see it, but when you're looking towards this odd stone, you see these little purple flecks.
Does it look like volcanic rock?
Possibly. Like a black
Ooh, this is
obsidian.
not good.
Okay.
Does it? How hot does it feel?
You don't feel hot here. It's actually quite cool underground. It's probably something like 50 degrees right here. You might even be chilly.
Well, I still don't like it.
All right, you move further into the chamber, moving between large rocks. And as you get deep into the chamber, you start to step on crunchy bones. Ancient bones lie scattered all throughout the chamber. This used to be sort of like the French catacombs, where there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dead just tucked into the walls. But many of the walls have collapsed and crumbled, causing the floor to be just an avalanche of bones everywhere. Some broken, some more intact than others. There's the remnants of walls, although many are broken and collapsed here.
I'm going inside here.
All right. You enter into this room here, and you're going to see something. Hang on a second. All right. way off in the corner of this room in the back, there is a thing
Another obelisk.
that you couldn't see from before until you got around the corner. All right, now hang on. So when you look, this thing is emitting waves of purplish energy. And when you get within a certain distance of it, there's going to be a crackle of energy that lashes out at the bone piles, and they're going to begin animating as skeletons.
Like right now?
Yeah.
Fuck. We gotta get out.
Where's
We
Ramiel?
gotta...
I usually try to protect the princess. If she's not coming in, I'll just jump in by myself. Is that okay?
Okay.
I'm of no good use right now at this close distance.
Okay, move over here.
There's one over here too.
It does not extend that far.
Okay.
The range of its aura extends from the obelisk to the maximum of about a 6 on my little measuring tool here. So,
Okay.
Isidore just stepped into the range of it, like right here. Just a few steps into it, it sensed him. It sensed him, and a malevolent aura begins to flash from it, and all the undead begin to rise.
Okay.
Obvious.
Okay. So, it's taking time for the undead to shape themselves into bodies and rise, so I'm going to let all of you take a turn while they're getting up. What do you do?
Okay. So I am going to have my toughened skeletons. Well, they can't walk on the bone piles, apparently. Engage these two skeletons, and then I'm going to yell to Ramiel, "Get in that room!"
What room? The room on the back over there?
This room.
Okay.
There's undead in there.
I thought that you command them to do your bidding, so.
These aren't mine.
Okay. How am I supposed to distinguish one from another? They're all just a pile of bones.
Mine are out here. You go kill the ones in there.
That is actually...
And mine are,
yeah.
and mine are wearing armor. Mine look much tougher than these two, I think.
Kill it, deader.
Oh my god.
All right. Do I just move around and go towards the other ones? So can I do that?
Well,
Yeah.
it's the player's turn, and on your turn you get a minor action, which is like moving around. You get your standard action, which is your attack. And then, if you want to spend 2 momentum, you can take an extra action, like to make an offhand attack with a shield or something.
So all you need to do is move into this zone and attack one of these things. This guy right here.
If possible, I'll go and do that.
All
I
right.
don't know what.
So it's your minor action to move from this zone to this zone. You can do that. So now that you're in close reach with the skeleton here, you can make your attack.
All right.
It's all very abstract. They don't have like specific ranges too much in this system. It's just over here or over there.
Okay.
You move from here to there, and now you're here. Attack.
I don't hit him.
12 is your number, right? So that's 2 misses. Oh, okay. So something about this system. Now, when you're making an attack, before you make the roll, I'm supposed to say I'm going to like do a defensive action, and it's a struggle, and then I have to roll also. So let's assume that I'm going to make every one of these a struggle. Because I've got a lot of doom, and so they're all going to take a defensive reaction. So I would have in that case, like before you rolled, I would have spent 1 doom and made my own roll. So I'm going to take that out of the pot here, And even though your attack didn't hit, he would have tried to, you know, put up his shield anyway. So we'll just skip over it for now. But okay, so that was your action, and Apophis, you commanded your skelly men to attack. You want to roll those?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm also going to roll because I'm doing a defense. I've got one.
I got one success and a complication for my first attack.
Okay.
So what does that mean?
Okay, so let's see. You have light, so it's a regular difficulty 1 attack, and
They're
then
skeletons. They don't need light.
they don't need light anyway. Anyway, so just difficulty 1, which means you get a success. They also had a success on the defense, but player wins ties unless I spend a doom. I'm not going to spend a doom right now to win that. So it'll still hit, so roll some damage.
Why not? You have like 20.
I do. But this is like a basic little minion-ass skeleton. I'm not too worried about it.
6 damage.
6 damage.
11,
All right.
12, 15.
So the skeleton flies apart, totally shattered by the attack. Smash.
Okay, and then the second skeleton attacks.
All right.
Uh, 2 successes.
Oh, wow, look at that. I think I got 3 successes. So you miss, and let's see. You would have generated 1 momentum, but I got momentum, so it reduces yours to 0. Okay. And I have to spend a doom for that, too. So 1 doom spent.
Okay.
All right, so do you want to do something yourself? Because shouting orders to your skeletons is free.
How many skeletons can I affect with Raise Undead?
That's a good question. We haven't done that before. Let's take a look.
Well, we did that one time with that room full of skeletons, remember? I affected 5 then, but I don't know how much I had to spend for it.
Let's see. It was Suborn the Unliving.
Yep.
Influence a skeleton warrior under another sorcerer's control with a sorcery versus sorcery struggle. If successful, the skeleton warrior will obey commands from both of you. Well, that's odd. It says it's a difficulty D1 average. It's not too bad.
Oh, it's just difficulty 1?
Well, to target one enemy. I think you can spend momentum to target groups.
Okay. How many in a group?
I think for every momentum you spend, you can add 1 extra minion.
Oh. Just 1 minion? Are you sure it's not like 2 minions and 1 toughen? Or 1 toughen?
I think you can take over 1, and then if you spend momentum, you can take over 1 extra for each momentum, because it says repeatable. You might get 2 minions per momentum, because like Unhallowed Minion says raise up 2 minion skeleton warriors, but we're sort of inverting that using the Suborn the Unliving, so that's not what it does. It doesn't raise them up, it controls them if they're already there.
Is there a difficulty for casting into that zone since I'm like a foot out of it?
Huh. Yeah, we could call that close. That's fine.
Okay.
As long as you're trying to target these close ones here. Yeah, like this one right here.
Yeah, these 3 is what I'm going to try and target. So I'm going to spend...
Okay, so you target this one, you spend 1 momentum to target 2 additional ones.
Oh, I can target 2 additional ones with 1 momentum?
Okay, well, so like unhallowed minion, 1, repeatable. Raise up 2 minion skeleton warriors.
Okay. So then it
I
would
don't
be
know.
4 for a momentum, 2 for no momentum. Right?
For no momentum, you would target 1. If you spend 1 momentum, it targets 2. If you spend 2 momentum, it would target 4, I guess.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to spend 2 momentum.
I'm going to target all the way out to this 4th one here.
Yep.
Or maybe this one. He's still in that zone. All right. Okay, so these 4. These 4 skeletons you're trying to take over.
Yep.
To
And,
gain control, it's a pose sorcery, so I'm going to... The obelisk, I'm going to spend 2 doom, and the obelisk will roll 4 dice to oppose you.
Then I'm going to spend 1 more momentum on the roll.
So the obelisk has a sorcery roll of 1, 2, 3, 4.
I got 4 successes.
You got 4 also? Well, you win ties.
Excellent. All right. So I command all 4 of those skeletons to attack each other.
Okay. The 4 skeleton warriors that were commanded by the obelisk to murder the intruders, they suddenly go wonky, and
Actually, when I say each other, I mean I want them to attack the ones that are not under my control.
okay, you attack them, and you point over there. That's fine.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so we got Romeo, we got Apophis. Isidore, did you act yet?
Nope, I haven't.
What do you do?
I'm gonna use marksman. I don't think I can see them, right?
Apophis has a torch. You can see into the room, yeah?
I can see into the
I
room.
don't have
Yeah.
a torch. I have a lantern.
Your lantern. So your line of sight from there, you can sort of see
I
along
think
this
it's
line.
this one, I believe.
Like you can see in this little pie right here, this little gap. That's what you can see.
This one is difficulty 2.
This would be one zone away. Your bow is good at 1 zone away, right?
Great.
All of these are within that same zone. All of these.
I'm gonna take a shot at down with marksman. I'm also gonna say Rowana with me.
Now hang on.
And-
You can see this one that's right in front of the obelisk here. That would be a higher difficulty, but that's one that's not under Apophis's control.
This one.
All right, you're targeting one that is under his control. All right, shoot.
Is this one under his control?
Yeah, he got all 4 of them.
Yeah, I got
You
all
got-
4.
All 4 of these ones?
Yeah.
Okay, then I am useless right now.
You could target him, but like I said, he is further away, so 1 more difficulty.
Oh yeah, sure.
So because your optimal range is to shoot here, that would be difficulty 1. To shoot here, that'll be difficulty 2. And
Right,
because it's dark over there, that's actually difficulty 3.
I'm gonna.
You could move here to make it 2.
Yeah, move here into the zone.
This is a dumb idea.
I'm control of the zone right now because I'm controlling those skeletons.
Marksman. So that's 3.
Yeah, all right. So your skill gives you the bonus momentum. You use it for
Got
the
it.
extra dice. You roll 3. You only
Fucking damn it.
got
It's a
1,
one.
so that arrow goes wide and misses. Okay, so now that all the players have gone, I'm gonna have the skeletons clash. So the skeletons charge at each other. These each go here. This one goes here. So we're gonna do 1 for 1, fighting each other.
Yes, dance, my puppets.
You love to see it.
What is this guy doing?
I think this was a waste of a resolve, but it's fun anyways.
Maybe.
I'm trying to use this. Could you not?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so Apophis's skeleton attacks this skeleton, and let's see. Let me spawn let's see, a skeleton hits with 3, right? What's your little image say?
Oh, I'm sorry. An 11.
Oh, it's actually, he's using a pitted sword that does 5 dice.
Yep.
Okay, so with 1 success... Actually, I should do defensive reactions, so hang on. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 to try to save my poor skeletons. I'll have them each defend themselves.
That costs Doom, doesn't it?
It does. I just spent it. Let me paint these ones a different color to differentiate them a little bit. Yeah, that didn't work at all. All right.
Yeah, they're metal.
They are metal. Well, what I can do, though, is I can put a little box and say, so these are the defend ones, and these are the attack ones. Okay, so I had 1 success on the attack, and I had 1 success on the defense. So I'll just say defender wins ties when it's enemy on enemy. Blocked. And then the next skeleton pair, we got an attack and a defense. Well, hang on. So in the box is the attack, and over here is the defense. That's what I mean. So miss, and then doesn't matter, and then doesn't matter, and then the next one attacks. And miss, defend, doesn't matter. And the next one, miss, doesn't matter. And the last one, boy, they suck, don't they? Ooh, hit. All right, hit, defense, only 1 defense. Attacker wins. We've got 1 damage. We've got 2, 3. No, wait. 3 and 4 is nothing, right? It's 1 and 2 that matters. So 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. And their swords have parrying, so nothing added. So 4 damage. It's the last skeleton here. Not enough to drop it, but a little bit of damage done. And then we reverse that. So I'm going to spend 4 more doom. So here's 3, and here's 1 more. There goes all my doom.
Hey.
So reversing what we just did. So now the attacker in the box is my skeletons attacking the defender, which is Apophis' skeletons, not in the box, with the same 5 damage dice. So on the left, the wounded one attacks, and he's got 1 success, and I've got, let's see. Is that a success? What's the parry on a basic skeleton? Parry's on agility, right? Agility in combat, so he'd be 11 or less?
11 or less, yeah.
No, wait. His stats are, 9. So 11 or less. So that is 1 defense. So that negates. First one does nothing. The next one, we've got hit, nothing. We do damage. It is 1, 2, 3 damage. So slashing into that skeleton, breaking its collarbone. We go to the third pair of skeletons. 1 hit, 1 defend. Defender wins, no damage. Last skeleton set. We've got miss, defend, no damage. Alright. So that was the skeleton turn. Now, your spell lasts for a full turn, and then they revert, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the skeletons are now fully under the control of the obelisk during the next turn. What does everybody do?
I'm getting out of there, first of all.
No. You should stay there and let him tank. The skeletons are like weak as fuck.
They are.
These 3 are not yours, right?
None of them. Not anymore.
None of them. Not anymore. Okay, well, I'm.
But
gonna...
these things they're like 1 hit kill.
True.
They're
Well, I'm gonna use
Minion
I'm
level
just-
enemies. You could cleave through 3 of them with 1 hit.
Give me one. Yeah, sure. Why
Well,
not?
I
I'm gonna
mean-
use-
Zero Dark could with Ramiel.
Alright.
I do have a sword, but I don't want to use it to be completely honest.
Mm,
So I'm just gonna use marksman again.
okay.
oh, your skeleton out in the hallway didn't attack.
Yeah, you're right. Hang on. Let me do 1 attack against your skeleton.
Hey, do you want to know something? I have 2 complications.
Are
I'm
you
going to
defending?
plate.
No,
All right. Your skeleton gets hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage.
3 damage.
Minus armor.
Which one?
Closer to you, this one.
Okay, so he's down to 1 health.
Yeah, that was the one that was already injured.
They're both already injured.
Yeah, that one,
The
other one has
the
less
other one got
damage.
hit by there.
Okay. Sorry. Back to you. So Isidore moved.
I got 2 complications.
You tried to shoot at this one in this room, and you got double complication. All right. Your bowstring snaps.
Fuck.
Oh, you need a new bow.
I already
He can
have it.
restring his bow, but it'll probably take a minute.
Oh yeah, you have that extra bow you picked up, right?
Yep.
Yep. So just draw that.
Lucky day, you had a spare right when you
Alright,
needed
I'm still leaving the room.
it. This room too? No. All right. So, Ramiel, to battle.
Alright, to battle it is. Do I need to move from this room towards the other one so I can attack him?
All of the skeletons have moved into the next room, so yeah, you'd have to use your minor action to go from this zone to that zone and pick a spot.
Alright, well,
You just plow right into the middle of them.
yeah, screw it.
Huzzah!
Uh, Alright, so I want to attack them because I heard that I could probably hurt 3 of them. What is it? that I
So we
need?
haven't done this in a while, but there is a cleaving feature. So you would want to attack like if they form into a horde. So like when there's a bunch of enemies in a group like this. When you kill one and you have extra damage, it carries over into the next one. So you would want to make like a real heavy attack and do as much damage as you could, and you could possibly cleave through this one, and then this one, and then this one, and drop 3 in one shot. Now you can stack that with some advantages. Like if you spend 2 momentum, you can actually make a second attack, but it's a little harder to hit. And if you spend another 2 momentum, you can take half of the damage you did to one target and apply it to a second target. So there's a bunch of ways through momentum or by giving me some doom that you can hit a whole bunch of enemies and do a whole bunch of damage in one turn.
And this one is already injured right here. So he should only take a tap to kill.
Do we have... What is this Bitcoin that you could...
Okay, so that's a fortune. So normally you roll 2 dice, right? Now the fortune is a special resource that you can use for some bonuses. One of the bonuses, like the main use of it, is to give yourself an extra dice. So you would just delete your coin and then roll with like 1 more dice.
I'm gonna guess that helps me over here.
Say what?
It'll just give you an extra die to your attack if you need that. I mean, you could just roll your attack. You have massive damage on your attack.
Well,
Alright.
I was telling him like he can do some cool extra things if he's got momentum. So if you roll a bunch of dice and generate a bunch of momentum, then you can immediately spend that for extra target, extra attack, stack all that stuff, and do maximum damage.
See how... let's see how it goes on this round. If not, I guess I'll use that one.
Okay. So you want to make a regular attack with 2 dice.
Yes.
All right. Roll it.
You said that you needed to struggle or something like that last time?
I am going to spend 1 of my doom, and I'm going to roll against you. So you can go ahead and roll yours. I'll roll mine.
Okay. 2d20s.
The skeleton raises his shield. 2 successes.
How many successes did you get, Zero Dark?
He's got
2
5
15.
ranks, so I think that's 2 as well.
Damn.
He's only got a 12 because his stats are low, but he does have 5 ranks in melee, so that definitely does get 2 successes. You win ties, so that's a hit.
Right. So help me out a little bit with the damage. Damage.
All right, so your weapon, it's big, it does 5 dice, but you're brawny, so you do 4 extra dice, so you're rolling 9 of the damage dice right now, and then we're going to see how many of these you can kill with that hit.
So I just gonna roll for 9.
9 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dice. Kaboom! You swing your 2-handed greatsword with all your might. You have 2 zeros in there. You can re-roll those if you wish. Okay, so still a 0, but you end up doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. Alright, so if you're starting from left to right, this one here has...
That's 13 damage. That's 13 damage. Remember, he re-rolled the 2, and he got a 2. That's a total of 13 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm getting 11. How are you getting 13?
Okay, so the first row that he rolled, he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then the second row that he rolled, he got 2.
Oh, I'm not seeing the other effect. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Right.
Yep.
It
it's
wrapped.
13.
Word rep. I didn't notice there was the extra effect in there.
Yep.
All right. Well, skeleton. He's got 5 vigor. This one only had 1, so 13 minus 1 leaves 12. It's enough to kill this one and this one, and still have 2 left over to hit this one here. And then here's where you can get real crazy. You've got momentum, right?
I think so. Yes.
There are 2 momentum in the pot here. So what you can do is you can say, I want to... So, like, you take this huge swing with your greatsword, and you say, I want to spend 2 momentum to then, like, swing back in the opposite direction and make a second attack. The difficulty increases 1 step, so it's a little harder to hit with the second swing, but you can probably clear the rest of the skeletons on the second swing. So that's your call. Tactically, make the choice. Do you want to spend momentum, or do you want to save it?
He's just trying to entice you to spend all of our momentum.
Alternatively, you can always say, I'll give you Doom. I'll take 2 Doom instead. I only have 2 in the pot. I could use more.
It's okay to spend the resources. That's what they're there for. But I don't know if
I'm just gonna tell you the momentum we tried to keep because Apophis needs it to cast spells.
This is true. Spells are pretty hard to succeed at unless you roll a bunch of dice.
That's what I was saying. Like, I don't know if Apophis is gonna need something for next turn.
But
so-
you can always give me Doom instead of spending momentum that you already had. Pay it forward.
Given that we just got rid of 3 of them, I think should be okay for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 a turn is a great fucking record. There's nothing to scoff at that.
That's a solid hit. You
And
cleave
they're
right
not
through
going
him.
to do any damage to you. They might ping you for like 1 or 2, but you'll be fine.
He does have pretty good armor.
Alright. So I guess I end my turn.
All right. So, let's see. Did your undead go?
No, but it's not my turn.
Well, it's like the player turn, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. My undead will attack.
Ganging up on one skeleton. We are running out of time. 19 minutes left.
2 successes and a complication.
2 successes and a complication. I'm not going to spend my 2 remaining doom. I'm going to bank it, so roll some damage.
Okay, 3 damage.
3 damage. He almost goes down.
Almost. Damn. Well, the other one's going to attack as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do 1 success.
That'll hit.
He will do 5 damage.
All right. So they dogpile on the skeleton, chop him up. All right.
Okay.
I think everyone went, right? Isidore ran out of the room. You did.
Yeah, my bow snapped.
Did you do something yourself, Apophis?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But
Do you want to?
I don't know what I could do, to be honest. I mean, I guess I'll run in here and I will stab with my little dagger at this one.
2 zones.
What?
You see how I boxed it? There's 2 different zones there.
Okay, then I run up.
So
Here.
it's like minor action will get you into this room, but it would require your action to get into that one. You're just going to get to the edge of it and attack from there. They're on the edge. That's fine.
Okay. Then in that case, I am going to stab with my little dagger, which has specials on it. Let me see.
I'm going to stagger with my little dagger.
What the fuck? Something happened that part of my sheet got deleted. I don't know what this hidden one parry thrown unforgiving one is.
Dagger?
Something got deleted. See, it just says S.
They probably said dagger. Dagger has the hidden 1 property, parrying, thrown, unforgiving 1. It has a reach of 1 and a damage of 3, and it takes up 1 hand.
Okay, well, I'm actually attacking with my Zybar knife.
Zybar knife does 4 damage. It's got a reach of 2 like a short sword, and it's got unforgiving 2 instead.
Yep. What does Unforgiving 2 do?
Unforgiving 2, if we go to the equipment section, Unforgiving 2 says that it gains... So you have to do the exploit action with your minor action, and then you gain Intense and Vicious 2. So that's a really good backstab knife, basically.
Gotcha. Well, I don't have the exploit option, so I am going to just roll 2 dice.
Well, hang on. I think if you wanted to do that, you could.
Oh, could I?
We haven't done this before, so let's look at the rule and see what it actually does. So the exploit action... It's probably something that Notorog would probably do more, since his character is more of like a roguey type character. But it says you take additional time... So it's a standard action. You take additional time and concentration readying the next attack, seeking to find vulnerabilities in a single target's defense. You nominate a target that you're able to perceive, and you do an average D1 observation test, modified by the usual stuff like lighting. If you succeed, your first attack before the end of your next turn gains Piercing 2.
Gotcha. Well, I can't do that, and it wouldn't help me against this skeleton anyways. So I just rolled, and I got 1 success to attack.
Yeah, they don't have armor anyway. Doesn't matter.
Okay, so I'm going to roll for damage.
Yep.
Uh, 4 damage.
Nice. Which one? The middle?
The one on the right.
All right, he dies.
Alright.
If he had a voice, he'd say, "Ah, my spine."
Okay, that's me.
All right. So I've got 4 skelly men. They're going to form into a unit. And I'm going to roll 4 attack against Ramiel. And let's see here. So several of them sort of encircle you to help the other. The one makes the main attack, and then the others help. I've got 3 successes. Oh, I forgot to ask. Are you don't like to parry, so that's probably just a hit, right?
I'm gonna go with yes.
Yeah. All right. You're not one for defense. You'll just take the hit. Let's see. Roll the damage here, but I also have to roll a location dice. I didn't see it. Hang on. These things disappear too fast. It is left leg. So you have 2 points of armor on your left leg, and it hit for 1, 2, 3 damage. So you end up taking only 1 point of vigor damage from that. Not bad. So here on your figurine, we have to click over here to get the plus and minus, and hit the minus to drop at 1 point. I hit it too. Oops. Okay, cool. The skelly men try with all their might, and they only manage to cut your flesh just a little bit. All right, back to the player turn. What do you do?
I will bring my skeletal warriors in here. That'll be their full movement.
Yeah.
And I will stab with my little knife. One success.
All right, that'll hit. How wounded is this one? He's got 3 damage. If you can do 2 damage, he drops.
I do 3 damage.
All right. You stab another one surgically right in the spine to disable it.
All right, all you, Ramiel.
3 enemies. You can do it.
All right. Are you gonna struggle?
Yep. I will spend my 1 doom. I'll roll my 2 dice. Let's see if your attack can penetrate my amazing 1 defense.
Can and throw.
Oh, wait a minute. So there's an interesting feature here that I should make note of. I might have been doing this wrong. All right, so your weapon is a greatsword. Your greatsword has a reach of 3, I think.
Yes.
So, 2-handed sword has a reach of 3. So, you're supposed to compare weapons, right? The skeletons have a reach of 2, and you've got a reach of 3, which means you can threaten them at a greater reach, which means it's harder for them to get close to you to hit. So, actually, the difficulty for a skeleton to hit you should be difficulty 2 instead of 1. Which means that 1 success I got doesn't even hit.
So that vigor doesn't go down.
No, I mean on this attack.
Oh.
I forget on the previous one if it was close enough.
It was just 1 success on that one, wasn't it?
It was a flesh one. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you'll heal it right after combat anyway. But yeah, you could have it back. I'll mark it. Here. Click. All right. So, Ramiel.
I got a 12 and a 10 and a 12.
Yep. Hit.
Okay. Another 9 for damage.
You also generate a momentum. So you can roll your 9 dice.
Is someone putting the momentum in the pot?
I didn't do it. You can do it.
At 9.
9 dice. You're going to want to reroll 3 of those. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. Let's see. You needed 15. 11 damage will kill 2 of them and injure 1.
Flank.
All right. You going to send in the undead to mop up? We got 1 enemy left with a few hit points. Or possibly Isidore could run in there and do something.
I'm gonna be restringing my bow.
All right. So you grab the. Well, you don't really need to restring since they're the same kind of bow, right? You could just grab the other one.
I can just do that, yes, but this bow has something special.
Ah.
I'm just gonna restring it.
Okay, so he's over there restringing his bow and cursing that his stupid bow broke.
Yeah.
Like goddamn bowstring. Double complication bullshit. Okay, so it's all you, Apophis. Send in the undead squad to do the final work.
Yeah, they're gonna step into the zone and attack. First one attacks, gets 1 success.
Yeah.
Deals. Oh, that's 1 short. I need to roll 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Plenty of damage. Smash! The final skeleton drops. The monolith gives off a pulse. An angry pulse, a little fart, a flatulence of corruption. And then all is still in the room.
Okay. So I'm going to go to the monolith and see if I can identify it.
So this is a corrupted obelisk. It's a ancient Acheronian stone. It's been charged with sorcery. It's like a battery that can power a spell that's been inscribed onto it.
Yep.
And you do recognize the spell as a raise dead spell. Like you've seen this spell before. It's a little bit different. It's written in a different language, but you know, it's like reading math. You can identify a formula even if it's in a different language. And so you know, you also saw what it did, so you know that's what it was. But basically, this thing can, for centuries, power a pre-written spell, and it was designed to, like, when somebody trespassed into the area, it was designed to create defenders against it, and you fought them off, and now it has no power.
So, should we take this as a stopping point since it's getting kind of late?
This is a good stopping point. There's basically only 1 other chamber here.
Can I propose that next week we take the week off?
Yeah, you're not going to be here next week. I don't think Nodorog is going to be here either. So if everybody's cool with taking next week off so that Ian doesn't miss anything. Alternatively, we could do like a little side mission or something if you want to do something separate, like do some hunting in the woods. We could do something that isn't going to affect the main plot.
Wasn't Wizard gonna be here? Or is it?
I think, well, he didn't show up today, so I think that was like, this is the week that he's not going to be here. Next week he is going to be here, but I don't know if Nodorog will or not. I know he's not here this week. I think maybe he's not here next week.
Well, I think that side quest idea is a good idea for Isidore, Ramiel, and...
if you just want to get a little bit of extra experience points and some more, you know, actual, like, in-game experience.
I need to catch up.
You could play a little catch-up game. I'd be fine with a small game with a couple players.
Just as long as I don't miss the main storyline. That's all I'm concerned with.
Yeah, this is the main story here, going into M8, the next chamber. So So we'll save that for when you come back.
Okay, let me at least group my characters together so that
This is gonna be the OVA.
Yeah. Yes.
And before we do anything, before we leave, I'm gonna animate one more skeleton
Okay, sure. Yep, there's plenty of bones to do that here.
because these two are both on a sliver of health.
Yeah. So, Zero Dark, how do you feel about your first session?
I'm spending a momentum.
It was fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully you'll come back and rejoin us when we play again.
I'm sorry, that was me. That was not him.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yes, it was fun.
It was fun. All right. Cool. Mission accomplished then.
Yeah.
Okay, I got 3 successes to bring another one of these into the world.
Great. Everybody is horrified as you reanimate the ancient dead corpse of a Sumerian warrior.
I am not. I'm immunized to this now.
You're immune to the shock and the horror. You don't care anymore.
I
just
don't care
wondering-
since the first time I almost lost my arm. I was like, oh, what
Yeah, as
the
long
fuck
as
is
a
this?
lizard man doesn't chop your arm off, you're fine, right?
Yeah.
So, can I just start keeping the skeletal warriors off the table until we get into a fight, and then I'll just bring them on?
They are a bit of a pain to move around all the time. You could do that.
They're a real pain. It's a pain just to do me and Rowana. To add them to it, it's a real pain.
No problem. I'm fine with that too. Put them off to
Okay.
the side. We'll just say they are assumed to be following the party. You just tell them to follow along, and they do.
Okay, perfect. In the meantime, I'm gonna just leave them here for now, since you're gonna just pack this up.
I will.
They might want to take their tokens off of it so that they can do the mission next week.
Correct. If we're possibly going to do a little side mission, just move your figurine off to your area, your little side table, and that way it won't get caught up in the table when it gets packed. Isidore?
Ramiel?
Ramiel?
Yeah, I got mine on my side. I made a copy of it.
Oh, you
I'm
made
looking-
a copy. Mm.
Oh,
Yeah. Here, let me just move this one.
I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna take a look at the talent sheet again. Because I was planning on doing something.
did we get the experiences?
Hell yeah, you get the experiences.
350?
Everyone gets 350 experience points.
Yay.
You can't use points unless you're doing like a downtime rest in between adventures, so you'll just have to bank it for now. But 350 that you'll eventually be able to level up with.
What's 575 plus 350?
925.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so thanks for watching out there in Twitch land. It's been real. Have a good one.